All right. Hey, it's us Baden with the Role Playing Public Radio. We are playing Delta Green today. This scenario is a rough draft of one I have called Critical Violations. There's and we have a full cell here of agents ready to answer their invitation to the night at the opera. First off, let's just go from my Discord order from right to left. So R, please tell us about your character.
Hi, I will be playing Edward Pang. He's a chemist for the FDA.
All right. And did you take anything about what do you call it?
Damaged veteran options? No.
Yeah. Okay. Fair
I kind
enough.
of imagine him being like a friendly.
Yeah, this is his first time on
Yeah.
probably a field investigation. He's probably had to run a lot of weird tests on samples, in blood-soaked envelopes. But this is the first one he's being asked to investigate something. So, next up we have Ominous. Please tell us about your agent.
Hello, I am playing. My name is Ominous, and I am playing as Michael C. Dwight, Special Agent with the FBI.
All right. Did you take any options for your agent in terms of?
Yes, I chose a violent, traumatic, what do you call it?
Hard experience or just
hard
violent?
experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What happened to your agent?
Well, literally on their first operation, they got roped into. Some very bad things went down. It was a very trial by fire experience, and at the end of it, he ended up with a large acid scar on the bottom corner of his whole face, which he covers up with a large beard.
All right.
So that was an experience.
Fair enough. So yeah, I'm sure this will go a lot easier than that. You went through the hard part already. I'm sure you'll be fine. Next up we have Squirrel. Please tell us about your agent.
I'm playing as Mark Baradulin. He is a veteran veterinarian. He joined the military in the late 90s thinking, end of history. It's going to be a time of peace. He was an Army medic. September 11th happened. He ended up in the sandbox. It was a horrible experience. Watched a lot of his friends die. Decided he hates people. All of his trauma was human trauma. Decided he hated people. So he came back, became a vet just basically likes working with animals and staying away. His experience with DG so far has mostly just been patching up gunshot wounds quietly using his go bag.
All right. So we'll see how this goes. I'm sure it'll be fine. And then finally we have Copper. Please tell us about your agent.
Hello, I'm playing Chiquita Prokop, who is a counterterrorism specialist for the Department of Homeland Security. She could best be described as indefatigable, agile, and likable. She's charismatic, good at talking to people, and often leads interrogations or debriefs, briefing teams. Unfortunately, she is also tense. She's 28, and the limited time she's had at the Department of Homeland Security has left her on edge. With existential terror of the many, many things in the world that can go wrong at any point and cascade us into nuclear fire, global conflict. She stumbled into Delta Green in one way or another, and I'm sure that latent paranoia and low sanity score based on the crushing weight of reality will benefit her in Delta Green, where nothing worse ever possibly could happen.
Nothing worse could ever happen. Yeah, it's fine. So we'll begin this with your briefing. This is going to be at the Idaho Criminal Intelligence Center in Boise, Idaho, and essentially all of you were mailed a key card to get into this place at 6 in the morning before on a Saturday where no one else is there. Or it has a skeleton staff, so you take a side entrance into there. You've all been given company cards for a shell company to rent cars and book flights, and you are all so all of you are directed. You need to go to briefing room 2. which is a secure conference room. And there you meet a middle-aged woman none of you have seen before. She is in her, late 50s, early 60s, looks very tired, clearly slept in her clothes, and or maybe didn't sleep at all last night. There is a um, stack of paper on the desk, and she has a little tiny portable little projector hooked up to a laptop, and she motions for all of you to take a seat. This briefing does not exist. This is obviously standard protocols. We are meeting here. Your target of investigation is a company called Revivatrix. They are based outside in Wyoming, outside of Jackson, Wyoming. We are briefing here because we believe they don't have any connections to Idaho law enforcement, but we believe that they have connections with Wyoming state or local police. We're not quite sure. They are an organic food and supplement company. And three things have brought them to our attention. And the first is the disappearance of her. She pushes a button on a little thing, and you see a photo of a woman, state ID photo. And it's actually a scan of her state ID card. Jennifer Garrison, Wyoming State Health Inspector. Jennifer Garrison has gone missing. Her last, she had opened an investigation into Revivatrix, and colleagues believe she was heading to their production facility to conduct a surprise audit. But she did not file any official paperwork for it because based on intercepted emails and messages we have gleaned from the agency covertly, we do not have any contacts with them. We believe that her manager, her supervisor, John Ortega, was, hindering the investigation. Or there are emails from Ortega to Garrison saying that there are farms and ranches that need to be prioritized over Revivatrix. And so we do not have the resources as of yet to pursue this, but it seems there was some influence there. But so she was doing this in spite of her supervisor telling her not to drop the matter. So she went missing 17 days ago, and is being investigated as a missing persons. According to emails from the state police, they believe that she was driving and late at night, and her car went off the road into a lake or into a river. There's not much evidence, but it's totally speculative. So this is being buried, is our conclusion from these intercepted emails. The second reason why we are looking at this company is we have been watching their financials. We have been watching their input and output. And essentially, our analysis indicates that they are releasing more product than they are capable of creating, solely based through what they are purchasing and what their local hydroponics and production, their ability to produce, food and supplements primarily. You need raw materials, and they simply aren't buying or creating enough raw materials to account for how much they are selling.
Question.
Yeah.
So you said that they use hydroponics at their production facility. Do you know if they use well water, or are they on a sewer line?
Well water.
Well water. Okay.
They're tapped into the water. Yeah, they are all about back to nature, all that stuff.
Nice.
Uh, um, so those, of course, were not the reasons why we started this investigation to Revivatrix. That was because last year they have an email newsletter they send out to investors and diehard loyal customers. And the owner and founder of the company, Robert Gillette, um, mentioned his often has autobiographical anecdotes in these newsletters. And he talks about, in the one that we flagged, he talked about his time in New York City as a hardcore partier and drug using fiend, in his words, in New York in the late 1990s. He mentions a person of interest to the organization, Stephen L. Zeese. He also mentions his company. Stephen L. Zeese is was the CEO of Whole Earth Enterprise. And Gillette thanks Alziz for giving him wise advice, even though he was running a nightclub that Gillette frequented called Club Apocalypse. The nature of Alziz is, he's a person of interest, and Whole Earth Enterprise is an organization of interest to Delta Green. So we began monitoring them more closely, and then Garrison disappeared, and then we started looking at their financials and realized that there was something unaccounted for. And that was the initial briefing, but there was actually one thing I found last night, and why I wasn't able to get to sleep. I have found some of their personnel files through infiltrating their computer systems, and they have hired 3 scientists in the last 5 years. And I'll put this in the chat on the RPPR Discord. These are all doctors. I just didn't put the doctor in front of all of them. Dr. Anna Russell, Dr. Hector Peoples, and Dr. Mary Pollard. These scientists have worked for a company of interest called March Technologies. That's the extent of what we know about Revivatrix. But there's enough yellow flags, and at this point, there's enough yellow flags that it's become a red flag. So we believe right now we need to find out what's going on there. We believe our best way forward is for you to create new identities to pose as legitimate investigators and conduct an on-site audit of the company's production facility. We do have someone here with the FDA. She points to you, Edward, and we need to. Your main mission is to find out what, if any, unnatural vectors are on the site. And report back. If you can act, or if you believe you're threatened, direct action is, obviously possible, but we cannot protect you if you're caught. But if you just report back, that's enough for us to form a more direct response. We just need to know more than anything else before we can do anything about it. Are there any questions? So she'll just go along the line. Agent Pang, do you have any questions?
No, not that I can think of.
Okay. Agent Minch.
Seems like a pretty straightforward operation. Just find any kind of indication as to what the heck's going on down there.
Mm-hmm.
Seems pretty cut and dry.
Yes. It will be, the main difficulty is that this is in a remote rural area. You will not have access to much any in the way of backup, given that local authorities seem to be compromised. We don't know to what extent. We don't know who you can trust. But you'll be on your own. And they don't seem to have many people there, but you're going if you do not go in there, we did not assemble you to do a commando raid on the facility.
Oh,
Because,
sad face.
well, we just launching a commando raid without knowing who's in there and what kind of defenses they have is a recipe for disaster. So we need intel before we can act. Agent Agent Baradolan.
Yeah. If we're going in as an FDA team, does the company know that they're linked to the disappearance of Jennifer Garrison and the government's eyes, or is this still being kept quiet?
We don't know what they know. There's been no federal response. I mean, Jennifer worked for the Wyoming state health. She was a local health inspector, not a federal agent. And the state police and her supervisor are trying to bury her disappearance. So, from what we can tell, most of this has been done through, infiltrating computer systems.
Got it. And these scientists, Russell's People's Pilot, I have some background in medicine, obviously more focused on animals, but are they published, or is this more government science hush hush?
The background, we know that they've worked for March Technology. We do not know. They worked in the biological or life sciences, mostly biology or pharmaceuticals. So their backgrounds are something you can look up. I do have background dossiers you can read on them. But yeah, we don't know what they're doing. We don't know. Yeah, that's the whole point, is to find out. So yeah, they haven't published anything. They've certainly not. All this is whatever they're doing. They're not telling anyone about it, as far as we can tell.
No.
And then finally, Agent Prokop.
Couple questions. So first off, does Mr. Gillette live in Jackson, Wyoming?
Yes.
So he's probably on site.
Yes.
Okay.
He's very hands-on. This is his life, as far as we can tell. He has not traveled, except for a few trade shows in the last 2 years. So yeah.
Right. We have a ballpark on how many employees they have.
Payroll seems to indicate about 15.
15. Security, do they have a private firm, or do they do it in-house?
In-house. There are in the payroll, the records, there are 4 employees listed as security, which is a high number for such a small operation, but it is a rural area with a lot of ground to cover. I imagine the Doug Wynn is the head of security.
Doug, WYN?
WYNN, yes.
WYNN, very good. And I assume they have 2 facilities, a production facility and possibly a distribution facility, or do they have more than that or less?
It's one facility. They do production and ship it out there to other distribution facilities. Jackson actually has an Amazon distribution hub there. If you're not familiar with it, Jackson, Wyoming is a town of 10,000 people, but several billionaires and many millionaires winter there or ski there. So it's actually
snowbirds. Yeah,
it's quite built up.
Got it. Last question: what kind of revenue do these people have, and like who buys their shit? Is this is this the kind of stuff that nobody buys, or like it's super whole and fresh, so like vegans buy it, or is this the kind of stuff that they market with like some crackpot selling specialized Japanese vitamins in a weird ass podcast?
They apparently market to people who have what I would call radical views on health. not just anti-vaxxers, but crystal healers, people who
So they have a dedicated fan base.
yes, they have a dedicated fan base, and their sales are rather low, but they're beginning to pick up in the and let's see, exposure therapy to all that's another people they've yeah
Exposure
it
therapy?
yeah expose yourself to toxins to build up a resistance to it.
Yes. Princess
Uh,
Bride bullshit. Yeah.
yeah yeah I you're the subject matter experts in this area.
Gotcha.
Wackos is how tinfoil hat people.
Got it. Okay.
So
Thank you. Very helpful.
any other questions from anyone? I am. You can. You all have your own burner phones. My number is on there as home. I am. You can refer to me as Agent Murphy. Good luck. And your company cards will allow for about $10,000 of expenses before it'll start being rejected. So if you need more money for something, let me know. We do not. We have some money we can allocate to you, but outside of this, you tell me. Sorry, you had a question?
I mean, outside of resources in terms of money, is there any way that we can get material on site or medicine if I need to stitch these guys up?
I mean, you have a trauma kit with you, right?
Yeah.
If you need something more extensive, you can drive back to Boise. If you can get them back to Boise, we have a clinic waiting here.
All right. Well, always nice to have a fallback plan.
Yeah. Come back to Boise if you feel like you as a rally point if things go pear-shaped.
On the subject of things going terribly wrong, where are options for munitions?
Well, you have whatever weapons, of course, you brought with you. Out of character, if you're out of character, if your character has firearms trained, you can bring any a handgun for sure. If you want a rifle, I guess you could have that. If you're a federal agent, you could obviously bring have
Service
access
weapon.
to service weapon. Well, a drop piece and a rifle. A civilian rifle. If you want something heavier than that, that'll be like a bureaucracy check or something like that. So she says, for heavier weapons, again, I do not expect you, if you can carry weapons to defend yourselves. Jennifer Garrison did disappear, so we can assume they're hostile. But again, this is not a burn it to the ground kind of mission, unless things escalate.
And let's hope they don't, right? I don't want to fight 15
I want you
guys.
ideally, you find out what they're doing. They have no idea that how much you know, and you just pose as legitimate health investigators that are cut out identities that they cannot trace, and we are. So they'll probably be paranoid a bit, but they won't know who's after them or why, and we can formulate our own response that you don't need to be a part of.
All right.
But if you need something heavier, that would, call me and we can talk about it. But, or come back to Boise. Yeah.
Out of character, I swear I didn't create this character with this in mind, but you just made me think about, can I get one of those silence pistols?
Silencer.
I meant because I'm a veterinarian, the VP9s.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sure, you can. That can be your handgun.
I'm sure there's no reason why that firearm is on anyone's mind.
No, that's true. You can just have it. Yeah, you are a vet. You would have a silenced. You could have a silenced handgun to euthanize animals.
My one-shot VP9. Yes.
Yeah. The subsonic ammo. You can't startle, the herd.
Probably a light pistol though. It's like a 22 or something, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. It's you got to be right on there.
Right.
Yeah. It's definitely like to shoot someone point blank in the face.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can have that. That's fine.
All right, that's what my light pistol is, man.
All right, sure.
I'd like a Glock 20 heavy pistol.
Sure. So yeah, did you want any? So do any of your characters want to make those bureaucracy checks to try and get something heavier? Because like,
I mean,
you're the ones going in the field. Your handler is not going, and she's not going to ask questions. You know, she wants the job done. She doesn't care how,
yeah,
as long as it's within parameters.
I have an excellent plan when we're ready to talk about that.
Okay. But yeah, are there any other questions about that? So yeah, for free, I'll say all your characters. Yeah, you can have your service weapons or a drop piece. If you have firearms, you can have a rifle or a shotgun. Federal agents would have a bulletproof vest. Medic characters would have a trauma kit. The chemist would obviously have like a sample and some sort of equipment to identify stuff in the field. But obviously, you know, there's a lab in Boise you can take samples to if you need to. But you have to drive back to Boise for it, which is a couple hours drive, I believe, between Jackson and Boise. Because Jackson's on the western side of Wyoming and Boise's right in the middle of Idaho. So, but there's a highway between the two of you. So, yeah. That does anybody want to make a bureaucracy check to get something unusual?
Oh, they'll definitely go for maybe getting a rifle, maybe a silenced rifle on the subject of
A silenced rifle will definitely be a bureaucracy check. So yeah, like a silence, like I guess like a sniper rifle or like a full auto rock and roll kind of rifle.
Or like full auto, like mid-range sort of deal.
Yeah. So yeah,
a
spec op stuff. Yeah, that's a bureaucracy check.
I'll roll for a silenced MP5 just to.
Okay, yeah, that's a negative. That's definitely restricted. So I'd say -10 to the bureaucracy check.
Is that more restricted than a assault rifle?
I would say.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it's an unusual versus standard. Then fuck that. I'll just go with the fucking silenced assault rifle if that's better.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's more concealable. That's the advantage of a
yes,
submachine
exactly. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I fail. I do not acquire.
Yeah, you cannot source a silent submachine gun in time for this operation. So
that's okay.
This is I mean, you can still try to get it during the scenario, but like that's like going to take a lot of time.
Can I get a shotgun?
Shotgun, yeah, you can get a civilian shotgun for free.
Perfect.
It's America.
Yeah. America.
Yeah, breech loading, double barrel, sure, that's fine.
Perfect.
If you want to saw it off, that's like a firearm or a mechanics check.
Or do I have mechanics?
Craft. It's a craft something.
I do not have craft.
Yeah.
I would want to do that, but I cannot. Alas. I'm going to say
Agent Minch, do you want to make that bureaucracy check for the Spec Ops assault rifle?
Yep. So like you said, just like put in like what D100.
Yeah. /R space 1D100.
/R 1D100.
With this, space. Here, I'll put.
Let's see if this works.
There you go. Perfect. 49. What's your bureaucracy?
Bureaucracy is 40%, so just a fail.
Yep. So you're unable to get one before the scenario starts. So you could have a semi-auto rifle because it's America. You can just buy one. That's fine. You buy one at a gun show, something that can't be traced to you. And
nice.
Yeah. But like, the full auto, Spec Ops kind of silenced rifle is a little harder to source. You all now you can plan right now in your fusion center briefing briefing room right now if you want to figure out a plan of attack. So your mission mainly is to investigate, to create new identities first, to pose as legitimate investigators and conduct an on-site audit of the company's production facility. They want you there. Now, there's different ways you could pose as legitimate investigators. You don't even have to go as government. You could say you could create a fake company to look to invest in Revivatrix and send your people in there as due diligence. So or you could be FDA, or you could be any number of fucking federal agencies. They have livestock, they have hydroponics, they're growing food and supplements. So
So here's my proposal for the team, if that's okay.
Mhm.
So, it's apparently these guys have low sales. They're slowly picking up, but they haven't totally caught on with like the internet crazy people demographic. I suggest one of us disguises ourselves and makes a fake identity as some crazy internet podcast guru who shows up to like has a conversation with the CEO, show up to like shoot a promo sizzle reel for them to help them explode onto the market, use a whole bunch of corporate jargon, and then the rest of the team shows up as a surprise FDA investigation on the day of. So their security team is split, and so we can kind of cover what they want us to see versus what they don't want us to see. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, I'm not opposed, and I like the idea of splitting the team so that we have two angles to go about. But maybe we send, those influencers always keep bodyguards around them. Maybe you split the team 2 and 2, just so nobody's left on their own to handle things by themselves.
That's a good idea. We rather than a bodyguard, cameraman might make a little more sense. Because
Cameraman,
like a bodyguard might raise
producer.
like a flag. Yeah.
Camera/producer.
Yeah. Someone to run around with the ring camera. What do you
Okay.
guys? Out of character. I have persuade 50, so I can. It'll be tight, but I can give it a shot. But yeah.
I mean, you did propose it, so yeah.
I did propose it. So anybody else have a desire to be an influencer?
I mean, in that sense, I have some biology training and knowledge. I could probably fake support for the FDA guy.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I think the mensch would fit well into either the bodyguard or cameraman sort of deal.
Okay.
Just a quiet guy in the corner.
Yeah. All right.
What's Mensch look like? Is Mensch like big motherfucker?
Big, thick beard, just barely hiding some very bad scarring on the corner of his face, and a very cleanly shaved head.
Perfect. Forearm tattoos?
No tattoos. He's pretty clean, professional looking.
All right. Chiquiza says, we're going to get you in a Hawaiian shirt, and you're going to be perfect.
Oh, hell yeah. Max Payne look. He's already digging it.
All right.
He smiles at that.
All right. So Chiquita and Agent Mensch are going to go together as the influencer duo. What's Agent Pan look like, and what's Agent Pan's specialty?
Yeah, he's just kind of like a kind of small, thin Asian guy.
Okay. So it seems like we have Procop as influencer, and let's see here, Agent Minch as the camera producer, and then that leaves Pang and Bardellan as the FDA inspector. And let's see here.
Can we use Google Maps to kind of get like a loose idea of the facility?
Oh, yeah.
And we should probably case it, do like a loose, just kind of rough case of it before
Let's pull up the thing. So if you just type in, Jackson, Wyoming. So there's Boise, if you can see that. And then over here is Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
And I am just going to arbitrarily set this over at the southeast at the edge of this rectangle.
Sure.
So it's just out in the middle near this little stream, like where they get some of the water. They bought land. So it's just a short ride from there. I passed the Jackson Hole Gun Club.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So if a gunfight breaks out,
exactly.
They won't expect it.
That's where Revivatrix is. Let's see here. I'll just at Hoback. We'll around there. So FDA team, Edward Pang. Obviously, you don't want to use your actual FDA ID name for this because you want to have a career after this. You don't want to get any fucking you don't want to go to jail either, because this is super illegal. Just conducting your own sort of freelance investigation on a company based on illegally obtained evidence from hacked emails and shit. And you don't know, Agent Murphy's real name or anything, so you need to so Peng, the FDA in and out. Now you have it. If you have a relevant skill, you could forge IDs. The real question is, do you want to have physical IDs that look good on inspection, but if you look them up on the computer, they're not going to there's nothing there in the database? Or do you want to have how much work do you want to do to create these fake IDs? Do you want to have something backing them so if they look it up and double check, or do you want to you can also do things like spoofing, anytime somebody tries to call the FDA from around that area, from those cell phone towers, they from the production facility. Let me move this down. Let's see. So anyways, that's where the facility is, and just around that area. And let's see here. So Pan, what are you thinking for making the fake IDs, or just physical? Or do you want to do some work to establish a fake legend, or you could actually do some identity impersonation, take some of your colleagues and use their IDs or use their information to create fake IDs, saying you're one of you, someone else at the FDA, because
that was my first thought.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Pang, I was going to suggest, there's not too many of you guys, less than 2,000 of you, right?
Yeah, presumably. Yeah, I guess.
Somebody's got to hate. Somebody's got to know and hate this John Ortega guy. You can make it look like a person.
No, John Ortega is with a Wyoming State Health Agency.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought Jennifer Garrison.
Yeah. Jennifer Garrison was a state health inspector. That's why it's not a federal case yet, because she's
still, there might be a connection. Is there anybody in the FDA that hates this guy? Maybe somewhere he worked previously or some job he hated.
Yeah.
So you can go on LinkedIn and look at his history.
Exactly.
There's also, you can just do background research first. There's tons of topics.
Should definitely do that.
Yeah. Why don't we all just do some background investigation first before we get too caught up in the plan? So, someone mentioned, Ortega, the missing woman's boss. Does someone want to investigate him?
Yeah, I'll check that out. I'm also, if somebody could, so I know, I assume the county probably does well water testing in the area. If somebody could try and get their hands on those results, I'd definitely be very interested to see whatever they're doing there. Because whatever they're fucking making is probably leaking into the groundwater, so that well water is very helpful. Also, if we need to get rid of this shit, that's what we want to poison. So, what'd you say, Ross? What am I looking into? Remind me.
John Ortega, Garrison's supervisor.
Fuck that guy. Let's look into him.
All right.
Research. What's the skill again?
There's numerous ways. Their bureaucracy is the.
Can I do human? Maybe do some cold calls to people who know him, just sort of get oh, hey, I'm looking to possibly invest in
Well, he's a state agency guy.
He's a state agency. Yeah. I'm trying to find out, who's the best. Yeah, I'll call local businesses and see I'm looking to see, I'm thinking of opening a business around here. I want to see how good this guy is, or who's reliable, or, maybe who will look the other way,
okay.
Wink, wink, if I'm, doing something. So can I use
human?
Oh,
okay. Yeah. Give me persuade and a human.
Persuade or human, or both?
Both, because you need to get people to open up to you.
Right. Okay, so persuade first.
Yeah.
That is a success, 35 under 50.
All right.
And then human, that is a 9 under 60.
Okay,
so
great.
Two mix.
You could tell from your you said you're going to be opening a restaurant in Jackson. Lots of people are. It's and he's like,
it's called Big Drunken Chef.
Big Drunken Chef. Oh, that's great. And they're like, oh yeah, you gotta Ortega's he likes business. He likes working with business people to try and help grow the community and grow that he's not a wacko. He's not he's not one of them.
He's a small government, he's a
Yeah,
small
yeah.
government boy. He believes, in the autonomy of
He's
the
like
free
Ron
market.
Swanson. You remember that guy in that show? Whatever it's called. Yeah, he's like that.
Oh yeah,
Real
recreation and
approachable.
parks.
Yeah. So yeah, your read is he is definitely a good old boy who just wants things to go smooth. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So with your success, you realize Ortega is definitely someone you could squeeze for info if you threaten, because he just wants things. Yeah, he's just a small town guy who wants to keep things running, keeps everything smooth. Okay. So if you threaten him with a bad time, he'll roll pretty easily.
I'm really excited to do that. I'm gonna ask.
The problem is only problem is that he will probably squeal as soon as you're done with him, unless you really scare the shit out of him.
Right? Does he have a family?
Oh yeah.
Okay. His wife. How many kids?
3 kids.
Oh shit. Man is productive.
Yeah.
Does he have notable third locations that he likes to go by himself?
You do not have. That's not. They're not going to tell you that. Like they don't know that shit. Right. Meanwhile, Pang, what do you want to research? Well, everyone's going to be doing some kind of research, I guess. You could research the company. You could research the owner, Robert Gillette. You could research the employees. I've mentioned 3 scientists and the head of security, or the product itself.
How easy is it to get the product?
Oh, easy. It's for sale in a health store in Boise. It's stocked locally. So yeah, you can get some.
All right. Yeah, I'll buy some.
Okay.
And, what would I use to look at it? I've got pharmacy. I've got chemistry.
Let's see here. You could use either one. It'll give you different information. Like pharmacy will tell you what it'll do to a person, and chemistry will tell you what it's made out of.
All right. Can I roll both of them?
Yeah, sure. So this is Revivatrix. Let's see here. Strength enhancer.
All right. First one will be pharmacy. Okay, that's a success. Mm-hmm. And this one will be chemistry.
Okay.
All right, those are both successes.
Okay, this is really weird. This is like a protein powder, but there's looking at it under a microscope, and just studying it for a little bit. This is just a couple hours of work. This would be extremely effective at enhancing. Promoting muscle growth. Like it is a protein powder, it does do that, but like the efficacy seems to be stronger, have a stronger impact than any protein powder you've ever seen before. And you can't explain exactly why, but the structure has been changed. So they made protein powder out of whey and the usual components. But the whey has been altered, like it's been agitated through some sort of process, and you're not sure, like exposure to something. They're baffling results. You don't have to make a sand test, but you could spend more time researching it, or if you could do a test subject, put it in a lab mouse, and see what it does. But it's highly troubling. This should not be on the market because it's radically different than anything you've seen. It's already like this would need clinical trials for extended to see if it's safe. Like you're already like, how the fuck is this on the market?
Okay. I guess we can see what it does. It does give you an idea, though.
now that you have this product name, you realize this stuff has been sold around the country. You could do a search through FDA databases and things like that to see if there have been any medical cases of people experiencing side effects of this drug, or not this drug, of the supplement, and to see if anything has popped up yet. Now, it has been sold to a lot of people, so there's probably not that many cases, which is why the FDA is not, done anything about it yet. But that would be a bureaucracy or criminology check.
All right. Yeah, I'll roll bureaucracy for that.
I'll give you a plus 20 because you are an FDA agent. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't know why I added plus 20 to my roll, but yeah, that's a success.
Yeah. All right. Now roll San.
All right.
Woo!
This
Let's
is for
get rock and rolling.
helplessness.
All right, I succeed.
So you don't lose any sand, but you realize someone at the FDA has flagged everything that comes up with Revivatrix and purposely put it aside so it's not open for investigation. And you realize that someone else is in Delta Green at a higher rank than you, or has better access and control over the FDA systems, and is basically preventing any investigation to Revivatrix. So this can't be recalled. This can't be taken off the market yet because Delta Green wants to find out what's going on and deal with it itself rather than conduct a normal investigation into this company. So yeah, there have been 7 cases of people and
Fatalities?
yes. Now reading the details will take a while. So this is already taking like 4 or 5 hours. So while ProCap and Pang are doing this research, Agent Minch, what do you want to be doing?
Well, I'm guessing we want to head towards straight towards Ortega. Maybe either. What are you thinking, ProCop? Like, do we like stake him out a little bit, or do we just go right into business?
I think probably we want to stake him out a bit. My thought is I can have a meetup with him. Oh, I'm thinking of launching my restaurant, Big Drunken Chef. I want to have a conversation to see what I need to do, blah, blah, blah. Insinuate I'm going to give him money and bribe him or whatever. Meet him at a third location, like a diner or something. As we're on the way out, we can stage kidnapping, bring a van, throw us both of them back in the truck, put on balaclavas, beat the shit out of him, keep him in the van till the operation's over.
Now you're speaking my language.
And worst case scenario, if this gets picked up, we can use it as an excuse to redirect local authorities towards our good friends at fucking Revivatrix rather than up our asses. Because he'll be the second person, the second local authority vanishing for looking into them, quote unquote. Anyway.
Okay. So Minch, you could spend this time prepping, planning out a kidnapping, like like getting a van under a fake ID, and figuring out where to put him. Or you could, like, if you have accounting, you could like dig into his financials and get blackmail material on him. Those
are both great ideas.
Yeah, but what do you want to do first?
I'm thinking, what exactly could I do with accounting?
Dig into his financials, see, like, if this guy's got to be taking bribes, right? Like, get proof that he's taking bribes, and like he bought something he shouldn't have been able to afford, and what's he doing with that money? This guy's not that smart, right?
Threaten to send the IRS his armed division.
Well, it's better if you like, oh, what'd you do with yeah. So like, accounting is getting blackmail proof. Criminology is figuring out how to do a kidnapping without getting caught.
I think I'm gonna go accounting first. Get some, some nice blackmail.
Yeah. Roll accounting.
Diplomatic with this first before things get really intense.
Sure.
Let's roll. Okay, so r/1d100 space.
You do it right, and you never have to get to kidnapping.
No, wait, I think we should go to kidnapping. Personally,
sometimes it doesn't take. It's really annoying. You have to wait. Like when you hit /R, you have to wait for it to like commands matching /R.
Okay.
Yay!
Here we are.
Yay!
19. Awesome.
All right. Yeah. So you
have
succeed.
a boat, Ross?
He does not have a boat. He has a mistress. He is
Even better.
You get the
he
jackpot.
he is paying rent on a business of a hair salon that no one goes to. It's always closed, and which has it's a lovely little place downtown Jackson that also has a loft apartment right above it. And reading into it, yeah, this dude is definitely got a mistress that he's using his bribe money to take care of right in town.
Is he a boomer? He's like the last motherfucker with a second family.
Yeah. Well, you don't know if he has a second family. He has a second girlfriend for
He
sure.
has a second girlfriend and a second secret business for that girlfriend.
Yeah. Well, you got to keep her busy. Yeah. Got to keep her happy at least. You know.
Yeah.
She does like two. She cuts the hair of her friends, and like that's enough. You know.
It presents an alternative and easier kidnapping target.
It
Yeah,
does.
If we want to go the heartless route.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really want to fuck with his girlfriend. She's probably innocent in all this.
Yeah. So that's where you find out that takes you a couple hours to get like, oh yeah, if I show this to his wife, that's gonna end his family. So Midro, Baradolan, what do you want to be doing while everyone else is doing this prep work?
I think I'm going to look into just given my background, I want to look into the Russell, Peoples, and Pollard and just see. I mean, at some point in their career, they must have published. So I just want to know, like, what did they focus on? What is their research into?
Sure.
Like, what would be a cause to bring these three particular people together?
Yeah. What do you want to roll for that?
Biology, I assume?
Yeah, that would be perfect. Yeah.
You're going to read their
45 under 60. Yeah. I'm going to read their papers. I'm going to read their PhD thesis.
Enhancing human strength with human neural tissue.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, they're definitely. If you were a comic book villain and you wanted to build super soldier drugs, these are the kind of people you would hire. Like,
okay,
yeah. Reading between the lines, they were doing promising work for this kind of shit, and they were then sucked into the military-industrial complex black hole, and that's why they don't publish anymore. But yeah, they're definitely on a track for enhancing human performance in various ways, making human 2.0 and that kind of shit. So they also like had transhumanist views and like yeah. So
to get an idea on their allegiances, did they go straight into government and disappear, like join DARPA and NRL, or like did they go straight to corporate, this March Technology Group?
They went into it's murky. Like their employment records and things like that are pretty close. That stuff bleeds over to each other. So like, yeah. Totally. You've heard of March Technologies. You've heard of them in the kind of like skunk work sense, like a private company, but does black ops government research for all kinds of nasty shit. Delta Green, your organization, really does not like March Technologies. They won't say why, but yeah.
Okay, evil contractors.
Yeah. Yeah, and I am going to refill my water. I will be right back, and then we'll go.
I'm gonna go refill my adult beverage because I'm gonna have to play a fucking influencer in 10 minutes.
Very nice. I'm gonna grab a coffee. But what is? Are we going in together as a team, or are we going in separately, given our two different backgrounds?
Like at the same time.
Well, I was just get two different hotel rooms. Like we're the FDA team, we take care of ourselves. You guys, are the influencer team. You take care of yourselves.
I'd probably keep things separate, just to have a sort of like degree of separation between everybody. So if one person gets found out and they look deeper into it, they're not all being like, "Why is the FDA sharing a hotel room with an influencer and the camera guy?"
I absolutely don't disagree, but that means we need to come up with a way that we can debrief with each other.
I vote we debrief at the hotel bar in what was that there? The fucking Rancho Alegre Lodge.
I mean, yeah. I feel like I don't disagree, but that's the obvious one. Like,
fine.
What about somewhere that we could meet, like a bowling alley where
let's keep it on theme. Waffle House. Let's
Okay.
let's everyone meet at the parking lot of
Classic.
the Waffle House, sitting in the fucking backs of our Escalade and black panel van.
I mean, we
I'm
might
not-
even need to meet in a different state to debrief, though. Like, as part of the
No,
problem.
no, don't put that much thought into it. These guys aren't fucking the Terminator. They're just
It's
they're
a
just some
small
fucking-
town.
It's a small town. Yeah, we're well outside. So we're at Waffle
No,
House.
I mean it's a small town. Anybody sees us together, they're gonna.
Well, we're
think
not in
that
the
we're
town.
together.
We're outside the town at the local Waffle House.
All right.
Yes, the locals,
that Waffle
which the
House.
locals refuse to go to.
That's right.
I do not think Waffle Houses are out that far west.
God damn, fuck.
Yeah, I don't
What is the
believe so.
chain? I don't know. Gas station.
What goggles are we in?
Let's see. I'm looking. Yeah, there are no Waffle Houses in Idaho or Wyoming.
No,
You have to go all the way to Colorado, to
that's
Denver.
fucked up. Jesus, how do they live out there?
Poorly.
They don't.
Well, I mean, they're obviously, that's why they're resorting to all this whatever weird shit is
Yeah,
going
this
on in
weird
Revivatrix.
It's coping
Okay,
mechanism.
I would
It's a
just
coping
note
mechanism.
then,
Yeah.
the world's
Yeah.
largest Buc-ee's is 45 miles south of Wyoming.
All right, let's debrief with the world's largest bucket.
We are not doing. Yeah. All right.
I'm
So-
gonna hold out I'm gonna bring out a flamboyant Hawaiian shirt and give that to who's with me? Is Agent Mensch? You're with me?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that to you. It's like one size too small, and there's also a black tank top. Like, yeah, this is gonna be a good look for you, man.
Mhm.
Show
There
off
you
all
go.
my
It's
muscles.
gonna make your arms look swole as heck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Here, I give you like multiple different necklaces and rings and shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'm
One of them
obsessed.
is like a fucking pirate skull ring. Perfect. Put it on your middle finger. It's got like fake red eyes and shit.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So we're back. Let's go again back to from my the right side to the left.
Right to left.
So Pang, what do you want to do next? You finished. Yeah. Do you want to keep like try a lab animal? Oh no, you're reading. You want to read the case files that you found?
Yes,
you
I
wa-
do.
Okay. So I'll take the rest of the day because there's 7 of them. They're pretty detailed, and you will need to make a seance check
All right.
for violence. These are pretty bad.
All right. I succeed.
Okay, no loss. It's clinical. You've read other things. Apparently, yeah, there's 7 deaths, 7 cases. Person who used it. Let's see here. Give me a biology check.
All right. All right. I fail that.
Okay. So in all the cases, the person who's using it heavily, it for free, I'll tell you, it does seem to be an extremely addictive. These seem to be extremely addictive. Once a person starts using them, they never stopped. Well, but they broke into a fit, an episode that resulted in disturbing people around them. Other people were attacked, and ends in a death where they collapse, and autopsies all indicate tumorous growth. In the bodies.
Okay.
Now you can ask questions specifically about it to get more information if you want, but with a failed check, those are the facts that as you see them. And you can tell for free that this is an extremely addictive substance, these are like health supplements. It's like protein powders and like vitamin mixes, and at least that's what they're marketed as. They shouldn't do that. That's like taking meth mixed with fent. Like, what the fuck is happening to these people?
All right.
Well, you can think about it if you're not
Okay,
sure what.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, so that takes a couple more the rest of the day to read these cases. Yeah, this is extremely serious, and you're kind of like disquieted the fact that your leadership at Delta Green is letting this product stay in the market just so you can figure out what's going on, instead of launching a legitimate investigation and sending the agents in force there, because you have the evidence that you could use to shut them down right now. But Delta Green doesn't want to shut them down. You know what Delta Green does. They want to just kill the people who are doing this, or whatever's running it. And so yeah. So meanwhile, Agent Minch, you figure out about the mistress. Agent Pang is going to be in Boise the rest of the day, doing lab reading case files. Well, actually, you don't have to be in Boise to read case files. So you could someone else could drive you to Jackson if you want to set up shop there. But regardless, what are you going to be doing for the rest of the day?
I think I'm gonna be going into the second part of the plan and looking into getting a vehicle on a fake ID and
Okay.
whatever other
Plan that
material I need
kidnapping.
for that.
Plan the kidnapping. Yeah.
Investigation.
Yeah, you're a federal agent. You're really good at planning crimes. So roll criminology. The skill for crimes.
See how this goes. 46 and check my criminology.
Should be at least a 50 if you're an FBI.
Yeah, 50%.
Yeah.
So 46.
You succeed. And so yeah, you get a van under a fake name that's tied to a shell company. So even if they get the license plate, you could ditch it.
Crime LLC.
Yeah, Crime LLC. Yeah, obviously. Kidnapping Incorporated. So Human Trafficking Incorporated. You find a isolated cabin that you can just break into. You would probably want to go there and have someone sit in the cabin and basically basically the plan, it would be, ProKip gets the target to a isolated area. You roll up in the van, the two of you kidnap and get them in the van. And then there's a third person at the cabin, waiting, keeping an eye on the site, and making sure it's okay while you go in. And you have handcuffs, or you have zip ties, you have guns, and you have blackmail. So that's enough to make him comply.
And we have jackets and balaclavas. From Walmart.
Yeah, you have jackets. You have clothing that you can get rid of. You have balaclavas if you need it. But ideally, he doesn't. You would be in the mask because you're the van driver. But
I'm not going to be able to have a meeting with him.
Yeah. You have duct.
I'm Miss Balaclava.
Yeah, you get a piece of cloth to use as a blind. Let's see here. So so you're ready to do that. You can do that tomorrow. And Baradulan, what do you want to do?
Feeling a little out of sorts because these guys are all, hyper scientists and fancy federal agents. I'm going to go for groundwork and start looking into calling vets' offices, pretending to be a vet from Idaho, and just seeing, based on what ProCop said about things getting into the groundwater, is there anything showing up in the animal population that local vets are seeing?
Oh, yeah.
Very smart.
Yeah. What do you want to roll for that? I'd allow.
I guess biology or medicine?
Sure. Perfect. Yeah. Biology or medicine, whatever's higher.
Good shit. +1 to you, Squirrel. That's a great fucking idea.
Yeah.
Oh, one off. 61 over 60.
I'll give it to you. That's all. Yeah. You got a bonus. You had a good question. So what you get.
The deer are really swole.
Well, actually,
goddamn those elk.
There are two things that come up. One, they've reported a case of gigantism in some animals.
I wasn't wrong.
Which then led to finding tumor-ridden corpses in of animals. So yeah, deer that are abnormally large, and then deer with abnormally large tumors that are dead. One guy said, this guy deer across the road, guy hit it with his truck, and it was like he said it was like a deer-sized tick. It exploded, and it's all like on 191 near the facility, and yeah, they're picking up an uptick in also like aggression in some cases of animals, like squirrels of unusual size that bite people.
I don't think they exist.
Yeah. So yeah, it's they don't know what the fuck's going on, but it's all centered coming from that area.
All right. Well, I'll share that all with the two.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go
Nice.
hunting.
I'm gonna recommend that we all get shotguns with Ross. I think I have an old version of the Agent's Handbook. I forget if slug or shot does more damage. Whichever one does more damage.
I think shot does it more if you're at point blank. Like
shot does 2d10 in the version I have, but I forget what.
I think it does more if you're at point blank range. It's like 10 feet or less, or 20 feet or less.
Okay.
But I think slug has armor penetration.
Okay. Well, I don't know if tumors count as armor. It does sound biological, but it's all guesswork. So probably let's go with shot.
Yeah. All right, so you all check into the Sleep Easy Inn in Boise to get some sleep.
I do have one last thing I want to do.
Sure.
Is there any prep work I can do on my my influencer identity?
Well, I mean, you've been doing shit all. Oh yeah, I forgot what you were doing for the rest of the day. Yeah. So what are you? Is that what you want to do for the rest of the day?
I would like to. Yeah, I'd like to prep my Instagram, my influencer identity.
Sure.
So my identity is going to be gamer grind. It's like typical gamer girl bullshit, but shilling energy drinks.
Sure.
So want to set up like a couple Smurf accounts, whatever. Just like the bare minimum to pass like a cursory inspection.
So, the best way to do that is with what do you call it? Computer science, because there are tricks to make basically build your legend out to where it looks like you've been around for a while. You just don't want to look like, you just registered. So basically be like using those services to buy followers and to buy accounts and with older start dates, registration dates. So it looks like you've been around for a while. And then,
right. I don't have jack shit in computer science. So could I use bureaucracy, persuade, or criminology to get someone else to do
criminology, because this is perfect. Like what you use for scamming people.
Yeah, perfect. Excellent. Oh, come on, give me a good look. Yes, that's a critical success.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. No, this is
gamer grind.
Yeah, gamer grind. Yeah. It's you have the insight to hire someone on Fiverr to make a bunch of videos and to post date them. So it looks like you've been doing videos for a while, and then you hire YouTube. Those people like, inflate your view count on YouTube. A bot network to grow the view count. So it looks like you've been around for like a year. And perfect. You have like 10,000 subscribers.
Perfect. And with the crit, I want to make it like a fucking perfect case, like already shilling energy supplements. Talking about how fucking Reanimator. I keep forgetting.
No, you have created the perfect Trojan horse.
Perfect. The perfect Trojan horse.
Yeah, for Revivatrix. Yeah, no, awesome.
These supplements will keep you gaming into the fucking 2 a.m. Keep you strong and swole so you can click that fucking mouse button or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you just throw in some anti-vaxxer shit just to keep establish that you have enough. Like, I have weird views about health. Like,
yes. Really excited about RFK.
Yeah, basically. So the
RFK stands for real fucking cool.
Yeah, there we go. Jesus, writes itself. Do any of you want to burn the midnight oil and lose willpower by staying up all night doing something, or do you want to get actual sleep?
I'm kind of curious because I'm thinking Mensch is probably gonna still try for make some kind of I'm curious if there's like a way that men should like craft like a makeshift silencer to kind of make up for the being able
Okay.
to do one earlier.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have firearms? That
Oh,
would
yeah.
be yeah. What's your firearms at?
70%.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you definitely give it a shot.
That'd be like a 1D
Yeah, make a percent, make a firearms skill check.
firearm skill check. 1, 2. Whoa! I got a 100.
Okay, yeah, you got it.
Like I got like I
You
rolled,
definitely
like,
made a
1
silencer that will definitely work.
I didn't know if that was like a crit fail or like.
It is a crit failure.
It's a crit fail.
The crit failure is that your character believes it's a good silencer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All I
hell
need to
yeah,
do is
we
put a
got
bottle over the barrel, just like in Call of Duty. Fucking
Oh, amazing!
hurricane.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
Last of Us. This is easy. Who needs
Yeah.
bureaucrats?
In game terms, if you shoot, basically your character, all the rest, if you show it to the other characters, they'll get a firearm skill check to recognize it's shit. But you're convinced it'll work and it'll jam after one shot. Or basically your gun, your barrel will be clogged after one shot, and it'll feel your gun's fucked after one bullet. But you don't know that. Your character doesn't know that. So if someone else sees it, they do that. Yeah, it's a crit failure. It's bad.
Lock and load.
Yep. Yeah, and you lose 1 willpower staying up late to make it in your hotel room. So in the bathtub, basically, to so you can use the water to wash away all the metal shavings and shit that you make. This janky thing you got parts from the hardware store to make. Yeah.
You're like a divorced dad who's really proud of like the seesaw he made in the
I
back
should
of his
open a
house.
store.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I could be a gunsmith. Yeah. Way less stressful than this shit. Yeah. The next morning,
I'm gonna say that Procop doesn't actually spend the midnight oil, but does spend like a good half hour before bed just repeating influencer isms into the mirror before she goes to sleep.
Oh yeah.
just for my own amusement.
It's showtime. Yeah.
No, it's showtime. Where do I put the enunciation?
How much willpower did I lose from that, by the way?
Just one.
Just one. Okay.
Just as an aside, Mark is going to, it's not burning midnight oil either. I presume it would hopefully just take 10 minutes. But I want to set up a standing hair appointment at John Ortega's mistress's hair salon that I'm going to keep pushing back a day.
Okay. Yeah. You could call up and get a voicemail they have a website.
I assume they'd have a website. Yeah.
Yeah. So you get a little thing.
We always know where she'll be at some given time each day.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
That's smart.
Yeah. All right. So the next day 2.
So I guess we're doing the kidnapping today, right? That's all right, everybody?
Okay.
Unless you guys want to do more research, what do you think?
Well, I think if our teams are separate, you guys can do what you want to do, but you might want to have a second location before you engage in the kidnapping.
Well, we've got the second.
Well, he identified it from maps and stuff like that, but you need someone to go there and scout it and actually secure it, because it's like you want a place that you don't have your name tied to, so you can't actually rent it or spend. Right. If you spend cash on it, I guess it's fine, but you have to give it to a person who will remember a face, right? So you're basically breaking and entering into a place you think is abandoned.
Okay, yeah. So we have a little more prep work to do before we can start fucking.
Yeah. Well, you can all drive to Jackson and set up there. So there are hotels and Airbnbs you can get there.
Can I? So while that's happening, can I basically what's it called? Scout the the production facility. If I'm doing it in character, so I sort of look like my character, so it seems like I'm looking around to see, are these guys legit or whatever. So while everybody else is getting ready for the
looking at it, it's in an isolated. Basically, you go down a gravel road to get to it. Well, no, it's gravel. It's paved because they have trucks coming in and out, right?
Yeah.
But it's a road that
It's
goes
a one
in
way,
and
so
out.
it's very obvious if I'm doing
If
that.
you're going there, you can't just casually drive by it. Like, it's
Got
out
it,
of the
okay.
way. They pave the road themselves. They do have trucks coming in and out, and there's a fair amount of traffic, but that's like because it's an ongoing business, right? Like, everybody who
Right.
goes there is on there for. There's no other point to go there.
Okay, yeah, fuck that then. I'll do something else. Just come back to me. I'll figure out what I want.
Okay.
I mean,
So
Miss
yeah.
Prokop, I don't mean to presume, but you seem like the kind of woman who knows her way around the other side of the law.
Well, I've seen Black Doves on Netflix.
Okay, well, there's a lot of meth production in the area. We could probably find a location that's in everybody's mutual interest to keep off the cops' radar.
I think I want to hear what Mensch's location pans out to be first. I'd rather not go somewhere that, has habitual folks circling it. You know what I mean? So, but that's a good idea for stage 2.
I thought there was a long tradition of you black ops people working with the drug dealers.
No. I'm not Black Ops. I'm not Black. I just watch a lot of TV shows.
Oh, okay.
I've never actually done any of this.
Can I take a SAD test now?
I mean, I'm not going to say no to, like, yeah, go take one for helplessness. Yeah, that's the worst thing you could possibly heard.
I'm the least agent on here. All right, well, somehow I'm just like, okay, well, the others know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, my favorite movie is Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, but honestly, GoldenEye's number 2. James Bond's Tradecraft in those Pierce Brosnan movies is so good.
Oh my god. Just a morale bomb for the whole cell. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of tradecraft, check out this cool silencer I made.
Wow, that looks sick. Did you make that yourself?
Oh,
Yeah,
my
last
God.
night, just burning the midnight
Whoa.
oil.
Oh, so that's why the water wouldn't go down the drain, because it was all full of fucking metal shavings.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hours of work. It's all gonna pay off.
I'm not going to look at it too closely. I don't want to make a check.
You specifically do not want to.
Specifically don't want to know.
All
On seeing this tiny little slightly bent piece of shit.
Yeah.
Wow, did you put those vents in there yourself too? I thought usually they did these with like laser etching or something. It looks like you just did it with like a screwdriver, man. That looks great.
The laser stuff, science, that's all marketing bull. I spent like years in business school. It's all bull. You right in your bathroom.
Oh man, hell yeah, man. Prokop's buying a little bit too much into the influencer personality.
Yeah. You're. Yeah.
You gotta be a character.
Yeah. Method acting. Yeah. Pang. What do you want to be doing today? Day 2 of the investigation.
All right, I guess I want to figure out my health inspector cover.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking maybe since someone from one of the states that is where someone died, like their health department,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just be like, hey, listen, we have these cases connected to your product. My idea would be to say this, like, why don't you just show me the facility? Ease my mind, because we don't want to have to pull your product from the shelves and stuff in our state.
So you want to be like a state health inspector, like a Wyoming state health inspector, like Garrison was?
No, like from another state.
Oh, okay.
Where one of these people died. Hopefully, like California or something.
Okay, visiting one. Okay, yeah. So you would not have jurisdiction, but you're just trying to figure out the cause. Yeah, you can take one of the 7 cases. And okay, yeah, that's a novel angle.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll say you can have paper ID, like a laminated card. That's for free. You have a card. You have an ID that'll pass or look like it. An official one will be, but the thing is, how much more work do you want to do? So you can get that for free by doing a couple hours by working in the morning.
I've got bureaucracy, computer science, law. I don't know.
Bureaucracy. Well, yeah. Roll computer science. You're gonna have to get in computers and add a fake name, right?
Yeah.
I am, John Smith.
All right.
John
Yeah, that
Health.
succeeds.
Okay. So you make a fake name for yourself and add it in the database. Now give me a bureaucracy check.
All right. That's a failure.
Okay. So it's in there, and it'll pass casual inspection. But you're not 100% confident that, like, if they call and do a check on you, that
Mhm.
obviously no one at the California Health Agency is going to hear of you, right? Know of
Yeah.
you, right? So like, it depends on how suspicious they get.
Right.
If they lawyer up, obviously the gig is up. But like, if you're real, if you're good, someone who's good at talking,
Mhm.
can bluster your way through. So it's like, it's not bad. Yeah,
All right.
yeah. It'll pass. For you just need to get there and see what's going on, right?
Mhm.
Like, you're not actually investigating them. Um, so that takes your morning. So meanwhile, I guess the other three of you want to be part of the kidnapping stuff.
Well, I mean, I assumed I was I'm going to stick with Pang and help out on the FDA side, but
Okay.
in order to ensure that this goes as poorly as possible, I am tempted to use my pharmacy to mix together animal tranquilizers to give them something to, keep the person quiet.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
Exactly.
Yeah, give me a pharmacy check.
Come on, crit fail.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to be in character. I still want to
50 over 40.
All right, it's you are used to working with animals, but you get a regular failure, so you fucked up. You do not you don't think you can get. The problem is you don't know anything about Ortega, right? You don't know
Yeah.
what his health level. You don't even know his weight. And trying to sedate him while still making him able to talk is a real fine line to walk. So you could try again, but you have to be there in the van. So you can sort of like eyeball him and like try and figure out dosage for that. But you can't you're not good enough that you can give him a blind shot, and this will calm him down, but he won't fall asleep.
I mean, if he's in the van, we don't need to trank him. He's going to be zip tied. We can just hit him or like let him thrash around until we get to our place.
Yeah, clubbing gag sort of deal.
Yeah,
fair enough.
So
here's a needle of ketamine instead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just give him some ketamine. It's fine. That'll solve all your problems. So
I do have one other thing I would like to do.
Sure.
If I can do something before I go and prep for kidnapping and do the prep work necessary for that, I do want to do a little bit of background into Doug Wynn and security folks.
Sure.
I'm happy to do criminology. I'm happy to make more calls into folks that have, checked their LinkedIn.
You can look them up on criminal databases. You're a DHS
Yeah, we'll do
agent.
criminology. That sounds good.
Yeah, criminal background check. It's like the most routine thing you can do. You'll get something even if you fail.
Wonderful. So. I failed by 10, but
you guy's got a long rap sheet. He served 4 years in state prison for drug dealing.
Oh wow!
He's not allowed to have a firearm. He's been suspected in burglary. He was a person of interest in burglary. Charges in Jackson. This is the last guy you'd want as head of security. He's totally he's a straight up thug.
Interesting.
So, but you fail, so you don't get like any real insight. Yeah, right, but violent criminal background in drug trafficking, firearms charges, burglary charges. Yeah.
Interesting. That's another angle, but I guess I'll save my thoughts on that for after we've done our kidnapping.
Yeah.
Mensch, you're gonna check out the our third location.
Mm-hmm. I got something set up. Think you'll
all right. So, you drive to the place. It's just outside of Jackson. Do you want to be like between Jackson and the production and Revivatrix, or do you want to be like away from Revivatrix?
I'm gonna go ahead and say like away, like very out of the way.
Okay. So you go north. Let's see here. Yeah, there's not a lot of roads. So
there might be local roads.
Yeah, they're local roads. I mean, there's National Museum of Wildlife Art. Yeah, you don't want to go anywhere near there. So how far do you want to drive?
Right?
Yeah,
west.
So Yeah, you take him. Well, yeah, we'll say it's like right here.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, in Wilson, right across the
Perfect.
river.
Just gonna say a
The
zone of death,
Snake
not that far
River.
north.
Yeah. So basically, you get him in there, and it's an abandoned cabin. Give me an alertness check.
Both of us, because I'm going with
Well,
him.
whoever's going to the place to hold him.
Yeah, I'm going with him, so I'll make one too.
Okay.
I make mine 5 under 70.
Okay.
65.
Is that a failure or success?
That is a. Let me just get this up. Awareness 50%. Yeah, that's a fail.
Okay. Well, Prokip, you look around. This is a cabin. This is a neighborhood that was a couple of buildings were built as part of and then just kind of left to the elements. Foreclosures, that kind of thing.
Sure.
And so, but there are people living a couple blocks away. So no one's going to pay attention. And there are you definitely see signs of squatters on this street. So like people keep to themselves, but like if there's
We don't want to make too much noise.
yeah, you don't want to have guns. It's not so isolated that there aren't going to be the gunshots or screaming isn't going to be reported.
And are there squatters in this building?
No, definitely not in this building. Not even
Okay.
on like further down the street. But like you chose a building that looked. There's a chemical tang in the air. You think this was like a meth house at one point.
Oh, nice.
So it should
Well,
be.
there
good
you go,
though.
Squirrel. If I can, just like you said. Can we just make sure that we've got an entry egress point quickly and like
Yeah.
a relatively secure area? Okay.
Yeah. This place has a basement that you can secure, but there are. The doors are unlocked. Some of the windows are broken. It's a pretty bad looking place.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mensch, you wanna sit here, or you wanna fucking put the guy in the car?
Geez. I don't know. It's like which person you think would be better for like sitting out versus like
Well,
actually
you've been
going.
here before, so why don't you hold down the fort, and we'll have Mark in the van.
And Mark will
with the
do the
gun.
little needle thing.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't want him to fucking put any needles in this guy. We just get him in the car, and that's it.
Okay, I'll be
No,
your
no
winning
fucking
point.
bullshit. Nice and smooth.
All right, you got it.
All right.
Oh, but I trained for it.
Alrighty. So we've
All
got
right.
it. We got our route here. We got our van.
Mhm.
Now we just need to set a meet.
Yeah. So yeah, you can. You have if you mention the blackmail, you get a plus 20 bonus on your persuade check to get
Okay.
him to meet you somewhere. So
Okay.
where do you want him to meet?
I'm gonna say like a fucking little rinky-dink bullshit diner way out near our near Wilson.
Okay, in Wilson. Okay.
In Wilson, yeah, and
Yeah.
make it nice and easy. And I'm gonna get a manila envelope that I'm gonna fill with sliced up paper so it looks like it's got money in it. But then the first piece of paper on the top says, "I have a gun under the table and I'm gonna shoot you if you don't do what I say," in black Sharpie.
All right. Yeah, you get it in Wilson, not too far away. And I'll just say it's where Moonflower Gardens
Moonflower
is.
Gardens.
Yeah,
That's a
it's-
great name for a fucking shitty diner or a good diner.
Yeah.
So we all ready to go with Operation Kidnap?
Well,
Yeah.
what's the end goal? Like, we gotta get information from him, but do we want him as a character in play?
Absolutely
afterwards?
not. My thought is we secure him, interrogate him, and then he stays in our little house until we're done.
Okay. Well,
Because I don't want him floating in the wind.
he almost definitely has connections at Revivatrix if he was hiding the investigation. So do we need to make sure they don't know where he is or come up with a cover story?
If he disappears, I mean, this guy seems like someone who goes off the radar occasionally to fucking recreationally stick his dick in friends and family. So I feel like
No, he's got a mistress for that. I guess she's
that
a
falls
friend.
under friends. Wife
yeah.
falls under family.
I feel a little bad suggesting this, but if we want to really cover the story and not have Revivatrix look into it, do we want to make the girlfriend disappear at the same time?
Absolutely not. That's unnecessarily messy.
Then won't she start raising questions to the local police when he doesn't show up for 3 days?
Well, we're not going to take 3 days to take care of this. We're gonna, and if that does happen, the local police investigate Revivatrix. That's where the last health inspector went missing.
Well, but the last time that anybody's going to have seen him is at a diner with you.
Who's going to see him here?
Because waitress serving you, the manager, the hostess.
It's a different municipality. Listen, well, we're not going to be in play long enough. I think we're thinking too far ahead of ourselves. I can wear a hat. It'll be fine.
I mean, and you're playing an influencer, so there's a good chance that somebody is going to just get one of your videos on the algorithm and see you.
No,
and be like,
no. It'll be fine. I don't think
all the gamer grind videos so far are faceless. Like,
okay,
yes.
okay,
yeah, because you hired some rando on Fiverr to make them for you.
Exactly. Yeah. I think we're in a pretty good position. So long as we keep a good pace of the operation up, we should be all right. Besides, they never wear masks in Black Doves. I mean, they fucking walk up behind this one guy who's like the Secretary of Defense in the UK with a silenced handgun and no mask, and it's totally fine.
I mean, I'm just
stop. You're thinking too much, Mark. You're thinking too much. We need to act. We need motion.
I'm not opposed. I just think we're gonna bring up a lot of questions, and maybe we don't even need to kidnap him. Maybe you just present that you have blackmail evidence.
We need to kidnap him.
You could just talk to him. We're offering money. We have $10,000.
No, we need him
minus whatever we spent on the shotguns.
We need him off the board, and we need him so scared that he's going to shut the fuck up. And the only way we accomplish that is by scaring the living daylights out of him, which means putting him in a meth house for a couple days.
Okay. Well, you're the expert. You did buy those shotguns, right? The
yes.
I'm hearing about these deer are terrifying.
Yes. Although I couldn't decide on shot or slug. So you pick for yourself. I'm going with shot.
Okay. So give me that persuade check.
All right, with a plus 20.
Yeah.
Do you want me to role play this?
Yeah. Just you don't have to do the whole thing. Just what's your pitch?
Okay.
Ortega picks up the phone
with a plus 20. That's a make. That is a 61 under 70 with the plus 20. So I'm going to call Ortega, just start up a normal conversation. Hey, I'm thinking of opening this business, blah, blah, blah. I'm really interested. I think this is a great spot. And listen, I just got my hair done over here at this place, and this lady recommended me to you. She says, that you're the kind of guy who can be trusted to take care of business, and that your family, you're always really prioritizing discretion whenever you're with her. Almost like your family doesn't know how close you are. So I'd really love it if you could meet me at this location here in Wilson, get some drinks, have some dinner, have a nice conversation, and we can figure out how to get this business rolling.
Yeah, I'll be right there.
Wonderful.
So, he shows up at Moonflower Gardens, the diner, and he is they have a lot of plants here, and they
do a green blouse, brown pants.
Perfect, yeah.
So he sits down.
Yeah, he sits down, and the two of you start to talk.
I have the Glock 20 in my purse. My purse is sitting next to me to my left in the booth. We have a booth, of course. Always have a booth at the diner. I'm gonna order we're gonna wait to order. I'm gonna order a burger well done, so I know that the lady's not gonna come back for a while.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean in and say, "All right, Ortega. So I've got a couple of questions for you. I'm really excited to start my new business, Big Drunken Chef. How many businesses would you say that you normally help in this area?"
I don't know. Every restaurant has to play ball. Like, yeah.
That's great. What about like local companies like Revivatrix? Are you close with them?
All right, give me a humid check.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was looking for. 31 under 50. That's a make.
he was not happy about this, but when you mentioned Revivatrix, like grows like a shade paler, and you can see he starts sweating, and his voice changes slightly.
Mhm.
So, yeah,
I'm going to put my hand on his hand, and Prokop is a fairly attractive young woman, so she's going to like look in his eyes. Listen, it's all going to be okay. She puts the manila envelope on the table. Don't worry about it. Just open that up and take a look at what I have for you, and it'll all be okay. Hand down into the purse, holding the Glock 20.
Yeah. He looks at it. He does not panic.
She smiles.
Yeah.
I just want to know about Revivatrix. You know what? Listen, I understand the plants may be getting to you. Let's go outside. We'll have our conversation where it's nice and where you can be honest with me and you don't have to worry about anybody listening in. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. He's like a deer in the headlights. He doesn't know
Wonderful.
what to do.
Stand up. I have the purse slung over my shoulder, handed the purse so he knows where the gun is. He's walking in front of me. I leave, 20 on the table. So when the waitress does come back, she's, we're not fucking him over.
Yeah.
Walk out to the front, walk over towards the van, get his attention to look back at me. All right. So I had a couple other questions about Revivatrix. And as I say that, I want, I guess Mark is my kidnappee to hop out of the back of the van and just fucking club him in the back of the head.
Yeah. Yeah, both of you roll sand for violence.
Woo!
Woot.
I have very low sand, so that's a crit failure.
It's just one.
That's a crit success. Apparently, I enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
I learned something about myself today.
Yeah, Mark's like, I guess we're kidnapping now. Kidnapping and assaulting.
And what do I lose?
You just lose one, but this is like 20 years in prison, is what flashes in your eyes if you get
the
caught.
movies aren't normally like this.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be easy, but
it is easy. That's why you're freaked out. It's like this is going like clockwork. It's exactly how it's planned. And you're committing so many felonies. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what's going through my. I'm like, this person has no idea what they're doing, and then I see it going perfectly, and that's why I crit succeed. I'm just like, oh, she is an idiot savant. Oh, okay, makes sense.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, Prokop, idiot savant.
So you get him to the safe house, or to the meth house.
The meth house. It's not a safe house. It's for meth. It's a safe house for meth.
Yeah. Meanwhile, so yeah, Minch there. You're able there to keep an eye on it. You can see a squatter comes out and looks sort of around, kind of seeing that the vehicle's passing by, realizes it's not a cop or a security guard or anything like that, and goes back inside his squatting house. So like, yeah, everyone, as long as you're quiet, no one's going to give a shit what happens in there. So, meanwhile, Pang, what are you up to again?
I was working on the fake ID.
Oh, yeah. So you get the fake IDs done, and you're getting tech. I don't know if the group is giving you, in the group burner text chat, if they're giving you updates on the kidnapping.
Crimes chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. We got the guy.
Package acquired. Guy. Yeah. No problems.
It's a gut instead of guy, asterisk GUI.
Yeah. What do you want to be doing next? Now that you got the IDs, are you gonna set up in Jackson, ready to just waiting for Minch to? It was Squirrel. Bart Doolin who's helping you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to do any research while you're waiting for the kidnapping to play out? Because they're going to interrogate the guy too. That'll take him some
time. Okay.
You have not looked into.
Might be helpful to know more about like what kind of weapons the security guys have, the other members of the security team, rough floor plan.
Did we look at the Did we look at the guy who runs the company yet?
Not.
Oh no, we haven't. That's a good idea.
All right. Yeah. I'll do that.
Okay.
What should I roll for that?
Let's see here. You could use bureaucracy. You could use criminology. Those are pretty obvious. Computer science, if you want to break into his email or personal,
Hacksaws.
Yeah.
All right, I'll start with bureaucracy.
Okay. You'll get something even if you fail, but
that's a success.
Okay.
Is it a close success? So I can make a joke about how it's a close shave on Gillette.
Thanks, random name generator. Your basic biography is Robert Gillette was part of the Gillette ranching family, which is a very wealthy family in Wyoming. They own a lot of land. They have been downsizing recently, or their fortunes have been declining, but they are still wealthy. He had a couple arrests in New York for drug possession, but they were, no convictions. He had a good lawyer. So then he cleaned up, left New York, moved to California, Silicon Valley, and used his family's money to invest in some tech companies during the dot-com boom and became quite wealthy. Not like tens of millions, not hundreds of millions, but like wealthy enough. He shortly after that he founded Revivatrix, and has spent years here in Wyoming, and only started releasing products like he spent 8 years. The company's been around for like 15 years and only started releasing products 3 years ago. So they spent 12 years in R&D developing these products. And which is really odd because they had no income. It was solely financed by his thing. But now that they start releasing products, they're expanding. So that's his basic biography. Is you made a success? So is there anything else you want to know about him?
Okay. I mean, are there like...
There's one unusual thing
Okay.
about his family. When you look into his, he did succeed. So you realize his ranching family was quite wealthy and quite powerful. But at some point in the late 90s, they started declining. They just weren't able to sell as much cattle. Like they were just there. And they in fact there were some sort of there are some reports of like in Fringe you get an inspiration and you look it up. There's a series of cattle mutilations or stories about cattle mutilations on the Gillette land in the late 90s, of cows with but like the reports are like more that the cows had weird growths rather than missing organs, but were dead. And their land lost a lot of value. They lost a lot of their herds, and they never fully recovered from that. Now, his son has been now helping the family out, and he's stretching his wealth out to both keep his family's ranch going, which is beginning to pick back up only now. So it took 20 years for it to recover from whatever happened to it in the late 90s. And his parents' health declined in the late 90s, and they died in the early 2000s. And his brother, the rest of his family had health problems in the late 90s, all that were living on the ranch or near the ranch. They've quite odd. So that stuck out to you.
Okay. I guess maybe this is a different block of time, but are we able to ask the program kind of if there are any cases we're cleared to see with this kind of either super strength or sudden tumorous growths?
You can ask, sure. So you call Agent Murphy.
Yeah.
Ask her for that. She says she'll go back to you on that.
All right.
Remind me. It'll take 24 hours. It'll take me a day at least to. So remind me when we get to day 3 of the investigation, and
all right,
we can do that. So meanwhile, so you find all this information out about the Gillette family and Robert Gillette. Yeah, seeing some commonality, some themes popping up again. Meanwhile, back at the meth house, you have you have John Ortega zip tied in the basement, looking very scared.
We're all wearing balaclavas.
Yeah, towering over him.
The jacket, by the way, is Luigi's jacket, which I got. I got 3 of them from Kohl's. Luigi Mangione jacket. I'm gonna tap him on the forehead with the Glock 20 to wake him up.
Oh, he's like, ugh. I mean, he just hit him, so he wasn't like out. He was just kind of like dazed. Yeah.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Please don't kill me. I have a wife and 3 kids.
I'm gonna look at my co-conspirators who will be sharing some federal prison walls with me if anybody finds out about this. Be like, well, I don't think we're gonna kill him yet, right? I mean, if he's good, we're not gonna kill him, right? If he tells us what we need to know.
To discuss.
Yeah. Don't fuck with us. Tell us what we need to know, and you won't have to worry about us killing you. Okay?
Yeah, all 3 of you can roll human.
Dude, 49 under 50.
That's
a close shave, Gillette.
Yeah.
87 over 10.
87 over 10.
Well, if it was a campaign, you could mark that off as a skill you can improve if you survive the adventure.
62 over 60.
Okay, well, ProKip is very confident. Like, this guy is broken. He will tell you whatever he wants to know. He is not. He never imagined something like this would happen to him.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Then I feel broken.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
I picture that wife and family, and I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, no. You're just like, well, he looks scared. That's sure, yeah.
Alrighty, Ortega. I'm gonna lean in real close and be like, you ever worry you do something wrong and maybe like the karmic gravity of the universe is gonna come back and hit you? Maybe do something bad to you? I'm gonna look back and forth, my friends.
I don't know what happened to Jennifer, okay?
Oh, you don't. Oh, then how did you know I was gonna ask about her?
You're I mean, did her family hire you? Her mom's been calling around real pissed that we're not doing anything.
Definitely hired by her family, right? I recreationally take small payouts from families of people who've been magically disappeared in order to threaten men in meth houses with Glock 20s, right, guys? No, so what happened to Jennifer, or I'm going to shoot you first in the dick and then probably in the kneecaps?
I don't know. I told her not to look at Revivatrix.
But then you told Revivatrix she was looking at them, right?
No, I didn't say anything to see. I just, see no evil, hear no evil.
I don't believe that, Ortega.
He's telling the truth. He didn't think. I told her. I thought she was not going to do anything, but I guess she stopped by the place and had an accident. And an
accident. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, tell us a little bit about Revivatrix. I want to know what's going on over there. Who are these guys? I hear they make some really great whey protein powder. You ever sample that, my buddy?
No, I don't. I'm not one of those fucking I don't go to the fucking gym.
Yeah, no, that's obvious. Trust me.
Fuck, man. It's the Gillette family, fucking big long name. Everybody knows the Gillette Ranch. They're a big family, and Bobby, he went out to California, made some money in that damn computer shit. Got all those weird health nut ideas. Last time I saw him, he's talking about raw water. The fuck that means.
Yeah.
But
you still take their money though, right?
Yeah, well, I don't believe that, people want to put stuff in their body. It's their right.
That's right. This is America. They can do what we want. So if we want to find out about Jennifer, what do we have to do?
I don't know. I don't know what happened to her. I told her not to go.
Close, tap the gun to the side of his head. Why don't you start guessing? I don't know. Think about it critically.
God fucking damn it.
Honestly, broken. Or honestly,
do we tell him what we know?
Don't use my
I don't
fucking
think he
name.
knows. No, I don't know. I wouldn't have said that. Honestly, Agent, I don't think he knows. I think he's just being paid to stand the other way.
Who's
your contact at Revivatrix?
You're talking about protein powder. Well, that's Dougie. Fucking Dougie.
You got a number for
Doug
Dougie?
Wynn? You mean Doug Wynn, head of security?
Yeah, Dougie. He's fucking scumbag number one. Bobby hired him.
If we want to have a real recreational conversation with Dougie just like this, how would we get him out to meet us?
I don't fucking know. He's like man has eyes in the back of his head. He's paranoid as fuck.
Okay.
He's also got a little gang with him.
How many? 4 guys? 8 guys? What are we talking about?
I don't know. I don't keep count. A handful at least. They're all on the fucking books as the security guards at fucking Revivatrix.
Okay, so that's 4.
And well, 3 plus Doug. So
3 plus Doug. Okay.
Yeah. Well, my guess is what happens that fucking monster Brandy. She fucking did it. She can't control herself. You talk about protein powder. She's on that shit. She's like a fucking
brick shithouse
Hulk. Yeah. And
she's with
you all looked at the employees. She's listed. That name pops up instantly. That's the plant manager. Runs day to day things. Jennifer got on her bad side, I guess, and Brandy probably fucking took her head off, and Dougie made it disappear.
Let's step back a moment here, John. How did it start? Did they come to you for? I mean, Revivatrix set up shop here. Did they choose to set up here because they knew you were overseeing it?
No, because this is Bobby's home. This is Gillette family home turf, man. This is all their fucking.
So how did they approach you?
Bobby took me out to dinner one night, and just said, "This is like 50 years ago." Like, said, "I'm setting up a place south of town. I'm gonna be doing research. It's gonna be real quiet. I'd appreciate it if you were real nice because I'm it's for I'm not doing this for profit. I'm doing for trying to improve, make better food for people, trying to improve health and shit like that."
You trusted a community member to help the community, but what's the deal now? How often do they pay you? What are they asking you to do?
He never said anything direct, but Dougie would make little drop offs and shit, and he occasionally be like, we're people are complaining about the water table. We need you to explain it to them that it's something else.
When's the next drop off?
Yeah, exactly. I assume with the Jennifer disappearance, they're paying you to look the other way. When is the next payment?
Any day now. They don't tell me ahead of time. They just do it. Like I'm more of a.
It shows up in your account?
No, it's always cash. I ain't that fucking stupid.
All right. So if you wanted to get that money sooner rather than later, would you make a phone call? What would you do?
I'd make a phone call to Dougie.
That's great. I'm gonna take out his phone. I see Dougie's number right here. It's a good thing you got that face ID.
Look, man, Dougie's gonna want to know why, and Dougie.
Well, my understanding is you got a hair salon to pay for. You got a family. You got a lot of needs, my man. And also, you're under a lot of pressure because Jennifer disappeared, right? A lot of pressure here, right, guys?
Agent, we don't need him to make the call. We could just take the phone. No, we could take the phone and send a text and say, I just had some federal FDA guys come in. They're looking more into this. If you want me to make this go away, I need more money.
I would like to have the rest of this conversation not in front of our boy, but my response to that would be, I don't want to
be locked up in a house. I mean,
he's in the basement. You can go upstairs.
We will go upstairs.
No. Psychologically, part of the power play is talking about this in front of him because part of showing him how powerless he is showing that there's nothing he can do about it. I mean, that's part of the.
But he's already fucked. He's already fucked. I don't want to needlessly compromise our operation.
I remember the story of the Coen Brothers movies where you're explaining that in front of him, like it's power play to explain it in front of him. Yeah,
that is pretty funny. But
that was very burnt after reading.
My character would still walk upstairs.
Yeah.
So if we're talking about this upstairs, I would say.
Are you two following them? Following her upstairs?
Sure. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Minch, did you want to ask anything of Ortega?
So we got we learned who might have had something to do with Jennifer's disappearance. And we learned
Ortega's theory is that Brandy murdered Jennifer because she's a rageaholic, or she can't get and that's extremely strong, and Then that is familiar. And then Dougie made the body and car disappear because he's a scumbag and knows how to do that. And they pay him to run interference, make weird shit go away. So yeah.
Does he know a way we could like worm our way in other than like the established plans that we had with like the influencer and FDA?
Well, he doesn't know about that, but he says, look, man, their trucks go in every day. If you can drive a big truck, you could just go in and make pick up a shipment.
Delivery.
I can get you. I can get you on the trucker list. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that might be nice. What do you guys think?
It's not a bad idea.
I mean, that's more of a commando raid kind of thing. Like that's more Metal Gear.
I feel like that's when Delta Green calls us and says, "Oh yeah, we need to blow it up, but we don't have anyone to do it, so extra credit."
Second team.
Yeah,
this is the A thing. Yeah.
I kind of feel like this guy's given us everything he's going to give us, and I also sort of, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think we should tap Dougie with him because that's just going to tip him off, you know?
Yeah,
well, all right, so you all go upstairs, start having this conversation.
Yeah.
I just want
at this point, by the way, Pang, you can say you've made your way to the meth house if you want to participate in the conversation.
For sure.
Okay. All right, I guess I should. Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah.
All right, so Pang shows up, and so you're all you get caught up on what he said so far. So all of you can now get together and make a plan in the meth house, so the abandoned meth house. So
I feel like we should probably conduct our cursory inspection, but like my concern at this point is how do we? Now my concern is getting our FDA guys out of there. Is getting our California, health inspectors out of there. Because like you guys are going to be going into the places where, they don't want to show, right? So
I mean, if we can get in, if they don't have some sort of Potemkin setup.
I mean, I think you're going to be able to get in. But yeah, I think we're going to need something to reliably, to help us get in there. I'll kind of lean to the hilt on the influencer and see how much I can get them to give me. Mm-hmm. But I think we need to figure out how to go like a plan B.
Well, I'm thinking that this might be a combination of plan A, plan B, where you go in first as the influencer. Get the lay of the land. Figure out what's going on.
This is what it looks like, kind of.
Wonderful. Perfect. Moving into a former meth house. That is a Delta Green, isn't it?
You go in, get the lay of the land as the influencer, see how they're doing under normal operations. Then we reach out through John's phone to Dougie, and we present the idea that he's getting scared. This will explain also why he's missing, because the FDA came to him. He thinks it's getting too big. He's left town for a while. So they don't know where he is. Then we come in as the FDA, and we see how they've changed stance, both in regular and then when they think there's an emergency.
So my concern with that is I want them to be rattled and caught off guard. So I don't want them to have any warning that the FDA are going to show up. You know what I mean? Well, so if he's kind of whining to them, I feel like that's going to tip them off. Like, I want them to have all their fucking people with us, like flexing and trying to be swole and cool in front of the camera. So when you guys show up at the front, there's like no security guys there. So you just fucking walk in and walk all over them, I mean, and then we've got two assets in the area.
It sounds like it's not only the security people we have to worry about. If Johnson, the plant manager's got murderous.
Yeah, for real. I mean, we'll try to keep him distracted.
Brandy Shaw, that's her name.
Brandy Shaw, yeah. We'll try and keep him distracted, but I think you guys should bring health analysis kits that have shotguns in them. We've got to analyze your health by filling your body with buckshot. 2d10 damage, bang.
I mean, a lot of water strips.
If the plan is to just hit him hard and hit him quick without asking questions, I'm all for just getting in the truck and laying down fire. I'll patch you guys right up, but
I think
this just seems like a complicated way to get into a firefight.
We just need to. I think we just need to get in there, find some shit that we can bring back to the program, and then get our orders from there. So our main goal, I think, is going to be exfil. So, Ross, could we conceivably use getting on the trucker list to facilitate a safer exfil plan?
Well, I mean, that's going to require at least one person to be in the truck,
To be a trucker?
or you have to convince an NPC driver to do it, to be there, to be your getaway driver, right? Like that's what you're asking, right?
Yeah.
So you can now. There's a couple options for that. You could like recruit your own friendly. Hey, buddy, you want to do some good for the country? Two, bribe them just with cash. Or three, ask Agent Murphy for backup. But yeah, like, or the other option, what do you do? Like, thing is, you can get a truck there, but like, it's about who's driving the truck.
Let's go 1, 2, 3. So first, try and get a friendly, and then if that doesn't work, offer him money.
All of you, by the way, can actually, Pan, give me an intelligence times 5 check.
All right.
This just sounds like a really complicated way to.
All right, I passed that.
Okay, so Peng, you realize they're talking about Ortega, they're focusing on Garrison. There's, as the FDA guy, you realize there's two things you haven't asked Ortega about. One is the 3 scientists there working for him. Ortega's probably met them and has some opinion of them. Mm-hmm. And 2, what does he think? What the fuck they're doing in there? He's probably got some theory about what the fuck they're doing in there.
Did you guys ask him about the scientists and maybe what he thinks they're doing there?
Fuck, man, totally right. I've been drinking since this morning to get ready for that influencer role. I've totally slipped my mind.
Yeah, the March peeps.
All right, let's go ask him. Ortega, I got another question for you. All
right, so yeah, the 4 of you go in there, balaclava.
Yes, we of course, overly wildly oversaturated Coen brothers request.
Yeah.
Tell us about the 3 scientists. I've heard there's some weird guys. Here are their names, Ortega.
Well,
what do you think about them?
There's only one guy, the Hector, Anna, and Mary. Oh yeah, the fucking trio. Yeah, I know about them. They're always talking to each other. They're always like together. And they're always like, anytime you try and talk to them about something, they look at you like they're pissed that you interrupted their conversation. They're always like, it's like high school girls in a clique, but like really weird vibes. They're really, it's them versus the world. It's I don't know, they talk about energy transference a lot.
That's some weird shit, man.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty fucking.
I mean, that's not the weirdest thing. Like,
what's the weirdest thing?
The fucking mirrors.
Mirrors?
Mirrors?
Yeah. They had trucks come in with like bunches, like really large specialized mirrors, like and optical shit, like weird glass, and they talked about a containment field and refracting and reflecting or something like that. Energy, and diffusing colors. Yeah, I don't know.
That sounds like some Half-Life shit, man.
I
don't like that at all.
I don't know. They said it was like particles to
now listen, Ortega,
energize food or organics. Yeah.
Speaking about energizing food and organics, what the fuck are they making there? Right? Like, I know, everyone in this room knows. This fucking protein powder kills people, turns them into like walking tumor people. You probably heard about these fucking deer-sized ticks and shit. What the fuck are they making in there, man?
That's something else, man.
Is it really?
Yeah. I think it's those solar panels they set up in town. I think those fuck up the wildlife. I think that's what's getting in the lithium batteries. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Lithium batteries and solar.
Yeah. Wait, tell us about the solar panels. These were set up by Revivatrix?
No, they're just in town. It's just rich people.
He's an idiot. Yeah.
Well, they were just talking about mirrors. I didn't think it was that crazy.
Yeah.
I do want to push him to see if we can get anything else on like the details of what they're making there and shit.
It doesn't work there.
Yeah. Yeah. You can give me one more persuade check.
Okay, very good. Do I have a bonus because I have him completely at my mercy?
Yeah. Sure.
How
Plus
much?
20. Plus 20.
Perfect. Thank God. 27 under 70.
Okay. He's like, before my time, sometime in the 90s, something happened on the Gillette Ranch. And that really fucked with the family. And Bobby only talked about it once. That a friend helped him out with that. Helped him deal with it. And opened his eyes.
Is that friend, just out of curiosity, Alziz, Stephen Alziz?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? You know us types. We got that precognition, that investigative sense.
Please. I can't say anything else.
Yes, you can. Come on.
No, I can't.
Why not?
He just starts looking at the ground. His
Ortega.
eyes are wide.
Mensch starts to get his gun out, starts to make a show of screwing on that silencer. Right.
He is. All of you can roll human.
Yeah. 16 under 50.
51 over 10.
Okay. If you make it, his demeanor changed instantly when you mentioned Alziz.
Mhm.
And now he is reminded of something that scares him more than you.
All right, I'm going to try and appeal to his baser instincts. Now, Ortega, I understand you're scared, but are you a patriot?
He's clammed up.
That's fine. That's fine. Are you a true patriot, Ortega? Do you think what they're doing there is good?
Agent,
Let me cook. Ortega, you believe in America?
Doesn't say anything.
Okay. Forget about Alziz. Do you believe in America?
He says nothing.
God damn it. All right. I was going to try and turn him into a friendly. All righty, buddy. I tap him on the forehead with the Glock 20. You fucking clamshell ass motherfucker. You want to get out of this crack house, meth house, whatever the fuck it is. You can let us know. But until then, we're going to let you figure out your own personal philosophy down here. When you decide that you're an American patriot, you can let us know. Toodaloo! And I'm going to leave.
Okay. Actually, everyone can roll alertness.
Oh, nice.
I had to. If they've all left the room, I did want to do something.
Yeah. Go ahead, Sproul. Sorry.
If you make the alertness check, you can hear him whispering very quietly to himself, as saying just 3 words: "Don't fall asleep." He's just repeating that to himself.
Oh. Okay. Scroll, I'll let you take point on that.
Well, after they all, I'm going to let them all leave the room.
Okay.
Because I was trying to be the good cop in this situation and be like, look, I don't know if you gathered, but the others are probably going to leave you here to die or kill you themselves. I really don't want that to happen. There's no reason for it to happen, and hopefully we'll be gone in a couple days without that being a problem. If you needed to disappear, when you want to take your mistress, obviously we know about her, off for a good night and stay away from the family, where do you go? Do you have a cabin somewhere?
Let's see here. Where do we go? We go all the way to Rigby.
You got a cabin? Do you have to stay at a
hotel? There's an Airbnb. That we just get a different one each time. We just get an Airbnb in Rigby.
I pull out my phone and I'm like, give me your account details, and I set up some sort of stay for the next 5 days.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. This should be enough to keep you alive. Now, I gotta gag you again, so good luck. Try to breathe through your nose.
Can you give me something to keep me up?
Keep you up? Yeah, sure. What do you want?
And the
I pull out
strongest
my
thing you got.
pharmacy bag. I pull out my pharmacy bag.
Oh, you can keep up all night, like if you want to.
What? I'm happy to do this for you, but what are you worried about's happening? It was
roll-
when he mentioned Aziz. What's going on?
He said something about not falling asleep. Like it was like really weird. It's like whispering under his breath. I don't know if you heard that.
Well, this is when.
Yeah, I'm talking straight to him.
We're out of the
Yeah.
room, but
Yeah.
Squirrel did hear that.
You can roll. He just give me something first. I'll tell you.
Okay, all right. Let's make a deal. I pull out a plunger or a needle or something. I stick it into his arm, but I'm holding off on plunging. And I say, "You tell me." And the needle goes down, and you stay awake for the rest of the night. Otherwise, and then I pull out a trank. You're going to sleep right now.
He said, "If you hear," he said, "I dreamed him." He said, "If I say anything about what happens at Revivatrix, after if I hear his name, I can't say anything."
Wait,
And,
Aziz or Gillette?
Aziz,
Oh,
he came to me in my dream.
that's fucking weird. All right, and then I hit the plunger and I gag him. I'm like,
Okay.
all right, good luck staying up.
Yep. All right. Yeah.
I go back and report all this to the people upstairs.
All right.
Hey, good shit, man. I'm gonna high five him.
I also
Great job. I was doing my fucking best, but Tarantino movies and fucking James Bond's only gonna get you so far.
Mm-hmm.
You did good.
People are a lot like cornered animals. You got to give them some sort of escape so they have hope.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Actually, you didn't gave him the opposite of an escape. He's going to be up, bound in a basement for all night.
Oh no, I meant the earlier part about making him think he was going to survive. I mean, he's fucked.
But he's not sleeping. So yeah, which would normally be the only escape you would have in this kind of situation.
Okay.
So yeah. Anyway, what are y'all doing now?
So my impulse was to try and convert him to a friendly and make him the guy who's going to drive us out of the truck, but that doesn't seem feasible now. So what do you guys think? Do we want to get a friendly or someone to take care of exfil, or do we just want to hit it?
I mean, the plan is to just raid it. We haven't even investigated.
No, the plan is to like go in and look around and you know what? We should report on what we have to fucking Agent Murphy right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What
let's
do
get
we
back.
have?
Right.
We've got Steven. We have Stephen Alziz appearing in people's dreams, threatening them to not talk about fucking shit that's happening here. We got some weird mirror stuff talking about refracting and containment. Yeah. Am I forgetting anything, Ross? Sorry.
You're the players. You tell me.
Fair.
I mean,
Scientists acting weird about some mirrors and energy transference, tumors
Energy
in animals, people getting
yeah.
roided up, all sorts
theoretically,
of shit.
if I was your case officer, I'd say, well, go find me proof.
Well, yeah, we've got circumstantial evidence. Delta Green or our friends have done more with less. So let's
In
make this report to
my
Murphy.
experience, it's probably good to give them as much as we can early on, just in case they can't get it from us later.
All right, you guys are the experts on this. You got to reach out then.
Mhm.
All right. I guess mention Procop, make the call then.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll make the call.
Yeah, Mensch, you can make the call.
All right. To pitch the influencer coming to the Revivatrix.
No. I'm
No,
making
to
the
the,
call to
handler.
Oh
Murphy. To let her
yeah.
know.
You make the call to Murphy. You update her with everything you've learned so far. She takes it into advisement. She's still working on the question that Pang asked. And yeah.
Can we see if she has a friendly in the area who can help us with exfil?
Here I'm gonna roll a percentile, and you tell me if it's odd or even, or higher, under 50% or over 50%.
Oh.
So you're the one who asked Copper. So did I roll above 50 or lower than 50?
I'm going to say below.
Nope, I rolled a 66.
Boo!
There's no friendly in the area that they
Fuck.
have access to.
All right. So if we're worried about getting out, and we don't have anyone, are we sure we want to do this like 2 teams plan? Could we just I don't know. It seems like if we're worried about getting out, we might just want to like run the influencer thing.
You guys have a lot more experience in this, but if you're worried that they're gonna kill you, they seem to have gone to great effort to make Jennifer Garrison disappear. If they learn about 4 additional federal agents coming in, this might cause a bit more of a stir and terrify them to change tacks. I think we get one chance at getting information before they shut down and become harder to find.
All of you can roll intelligence times 5.
I make with a 2 under 50. I am gonna roll so badly
I
in the
did not.
second half of this adventure.
I
All right.
succeed.
All right, those of you who make it realize you do have a candidate for a friendly. Ortega told you that Garrison's mother, I'll say her name is Sharon, is looking into her daughter's death. She would be highly motivated to help undercover federal agents investigate it.
Oh boy.
And I'll just say, you look her up on social media. She's a truck driver.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, so
guys, I want to make that call.
Or was a truck driver. Yeah. So you can get an emotionally compromised local to help you on this.
Boy, we're horrible people. This is great. I'm totally
so if you do this, it's going to be a sand check for helplessness for all of you as you are bringing a civilian in.
But before we do that, I want to make my new proposal to the team on how we should organize this. Mm-hmm. So my new thought is we all go in as the influencer team, producers, cameramen, whatever. But while we make the appointment as the influencer first, and then we scare the shit out of them, we make a call afterwards as the federal agents coming in. So that way they're rattled and they're on defense externally, right? They keep all their forces and their focus on the outside, while the influencer team, all 4 of us, go on the inside, and we can look around a little bit more freely. Does that seem like a little bit of a better way for us to concentrate?
A little bit of misdirection.
It seems like you guys think we're going to be under fire as soon as they realize we're there.
No, that's not my expectation at all. It's my goal is to distract their guards so it's easier for our people to move around the facility without being bothered. You know what I mean?
So like the guards will be focused on like the FDA people, and they're not going to be paying
that aren't coming, but that they think might be coming. Yeah.
I mean, there are several ways to do that. You could fake a break-in on other sides. We could hire some local teams to just do graffiti on the wall. There are a lot of ways to get security officers distracted. Also, there's only 4 of them, and according to what we just heard from Ortega, they're local idiots. They're not trained security forces.
Yeah, but I still want them focused in the wrong area. And if you think it's easier to get local idiots or, graffiti kids to bother the edges rather than to make a phone call, that's fine. We can do that. I just want the security distracted so we have more freedom of movement inside the facility.
I don't know if you spend a lot of time in small towns. If you want that entire security team distracted, we find out what bar they hang out at. And I put ketamine in all of their drinks.
That sounds like a terrible idea. I have no idea how you're going to get the ketamine in their drinks without getting a job at the bar or something.
You buy them around. They're men, and it's bottles of beer. How many men do you know who check for roofies?
Do you want to do that?
I mean, I could use some assistance. I'm not a hacker, but yeah, sure.
That doesn't seem like a very good idea to me. But if the rest of
that sounds like a good recipe for the world's most violent bar fight.
I would say all those characters with like criminology and like some tradecraft, like your current plan is fine. It sounds like practical, right? Like having two pairs go in at the same time with different covers, like it could work. It's just how you handle unexpected things, which is like more based on what you decide at the moment, what you do at the moment, rather than like what kind of prep. So, like, taking out the security team ahead of time would take time. Like, you have to find out what bar it is. You have to wait for all of them to go there. It would be, they probably aren't going to do it. Revivatrix, as far as you can tell, is a 9 to 5 operation. They don't work around the clock. So, yeah, the whole point is to do this while they're on the clock.
I mean, I guess out of character, it just seems like, what is the goal here? Because, like, if the goal is to, if
The
we're
goal is to have
planning for it to
freedom of
go,
movement. The goal is to have freedom of movement inside the facility, so we can find whatever fucky Cthulhu.
Yeah, your
bullshit.
operational goal
I mean-
is just to get as much intel as possible at the of the facility and what's going on.
yeah.
If you can't identify the supernatural thing, that's fine. If you could tell them it's in that building, maybe where all the mirrors are, or whatever the fuck that's all about. That could be helpful.
Take some samples, maybe some photos of the weird shit, and then get out before they realize what's going on.
I certainly understand that, and the whole goal of the mission and all that. My question is, like, what is our goal as a team for each of our teams to go in and find, and what are we looking for? Because if it is just about freedom of movement and not about interviewing them in a certain way or access, let's just go now when it's closed in the middle of the night.
Well, that's in the commando raid, and you're told that's the hard infiltration.
Yeah, I'd really rather not. I'd really rather not.
And your team created a lot of soft cover, right? Like a lot of
But like that's why I'm wondering where all these additional the truck driver and all that. Like, let's send one team in to get some information and see how hardcore it is.
I mean, that just
waiting for the security team to be.
I mean, if there's two teams, then the 4 guards are going to be split up, right? So there's less eyes on you. So if you've so the influencer, I'll say, like, the influencers, the areas you think you would be able to access are what they want to show you, right? Like, you're going to be shown the stuff they show investors and customers, which Revivatrix does have a social media profile. They do make videos, so you'll be seeing that kind of shit. But you'll be there in person, so you'll be able to glean more information, at least talk to them, and see what their surface thing is. Now,
also, not for nothing, I do feel like because they're talking about Stephen Elzies on social media, we might be able to get them to show us some.
Well, he mentioned once in an email newsletter. That's the extent.
Yeah, well, I don't mean they're going to show us.
But meanwhile, Pang, as a California health inspector, you are out of jurisdiction, so again, it's what they want, but you also have a leverage that you could launch an investigation and get them banned in California, which the rest of the country would follow, right? It would cause a huge shitstorm, so they would be wanting to give you something to placate you. So it's how you leverage that. So you could probably get access to something more sensitive than what the streamer's going to get. But you're not going to get if it's an FDA, we have badges, we're doing a surprise audit. They have to show you. They legally have to show you everything, right? But that's what Jennifer Garrison was trying to do, and she got herself fucking murdered. You think? Rather than doing planning forever, we should probably, your characters did agree on this plan initially, so. I'll say day 2. It's too late for you to do it now. It's probably close to closing time, 3:30, 4 o'clock. Pang, did you have any questions or concern about the plan?
No, not other than what I said, but yeah.
Okay. And then Minch, did you have anything?
I think I'm all set. No.
Okay, so I'll say, you have time to do one thing before you go to sleep, or one sort of task. You have a couple hours. You could just abandon Ortega in the meth house, and whatever happens to him. You can go there and fucking execute him, which is going to be sand checks for everybody.
What if you knock him out and we see what happens exactly when he sleeps?
That would be a pharmacy check now, because you just loaded him with a powerful stimulant, so you could kill him by, you're not supposed to mix sedatives and stimulants in the same person,
Why don't we deal with him when we get back instead of fucking around right now?
Right, so you abandon him now. Whatever happens to him is whatever happens.
That's fine. I mean, he's tied up. Tied. We'll get him on the way back.
Yeah,
we've got cover, and that he's got an Airbnb purchase somewhere.
Yeah, you do. That's true. Yeah. You have a cell phone now too. You probably want to
Yes.
throw that into the body of water, or
Yep.
take that to Rigby. Put it in the Airbnb on a charger, so it looks like his cell phone is pinging from there. 'Cause it is.
Sure. Yeah, if
All
we can
right.
just do that without any rolls, let's just do that.
Yeah, one of you can do that. So that can be your night
Yeah.
activity, is to find the
Perfect.
Airbnb, check in there as posing as Ortega. Security cameras will pick you up, wearing a hat or a mask or whatever.
Yep.
And you put the cell phone in there, and then you leave. So
I mean-
cameras will pick somebody up going there.
Also, realistically, we have access to Ortega. We could like shave his head and just drop hair samples everywhere, drop skin.
Well,
and
let's
blood,
just keep it simple.
All right.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, you can also go back to the diner and get his car and drive.
Yeah,
it to
I
the
know.
place.
I mean, it's great. Like,
All
we
right.
can totally
Clean it
control
up.
his life.
Full circle.
All right, so all right, so one of you can do that, or two of you can do that, because that's a lot of like driving around shit like that. So, which two of you? So it sounds like Prokep and Bardell are going to be like faking Ortega being at the Airbnb.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds good.
Yep.
All right, so you two are doing that. That takes a couple hours, and by the end, you let me find out what Minch wants. Let's see here, Minch. Do you want to do anything this night, or just get some sleep? Yeah.
Trying to think of something I could do to give myself the edge, like tactics wise, while I'm in there, like undercover.
Okay. You can roll a skill to give you an idea on that. Let's see here. I forgot. You're the influencer, right? Yeah. You can give me a criminology check.
Yeah, actually, I'm like the camera guy.
Yeah.
Prokop's the influencer. Yeah. Okay.
If you have SIGINT, that could help too. Or I'd allow a couple different skills depending on what option you want to go to. Because you will have camera equipment there.
I have nothing on SIGINT, but I guess I'll do criminology.
Yeah, criminology.
All right, so 42 over under. Let's see, criminology. I think that's like a 50%.
All right.
Yeah, 50. So like,
all right, with a 50, you're basically, this is not too different from casing a place for burglary or sabotage, right? So getting cameras to have 360-degree recordings is obviously going to be good. Planning bugs for Delta Green to use. You could ask your handler to give you a USB loaded with malware, and if you could plug that into a computer, you could compromise their network. So those are obvious things you can do to help you be more effective in the field. Now, or if you're worried about being caught, really you just have to pay attention to your exits. You know where your car is parked. You can have a concealed handgun in your camera bag. That's pretty easy to do. They're not going to search you, probably, or at least
oh, Ross, we're Second Amendment influencers.
Well, yeah, but if you're carrying a big rifle, they're going to ask you to leave it in the car.
No, just handguns. Handguns.
So
yeah, I got some of those I can take.
Yeah, an escape route. You just have to get on the highway, and then they're not going to chase you on the highway when there's state police and other cars that are going to call in a high speed chase, right? So you get a sense of the ground, everything. Are there any concerns you're specifically worried about?
Probably, I don't know. I'm guessing what I'm gonna do if like security starts giving me, especially that manager, hey, if anybody starts looking closer at me.
So if somebody tries to get you in hand to hand, so like the main thing, you could have something literally up your sleeve. You could tape a stun gun to your wear a jacket with a stun gun taped to your sleeve, so it could drop in your hand and you can shock her to get free.
I like
or pepper spray or something like that. I mean, stun gun would be, pepper spray is an area effect.
I think pepper spray would be good, because that way if they start pulling out guns, they won't be able to aim straight if I get them in the eyes.
Like having a gun up your sleeve is going to be bulky, and like you don't have those quick 1980s, mechanical custom slings that pop it in your hand instantly. But you can have something rigged up to pop pepper spray into your hand. So
I'm gonna go with that.
Okay, yeah. So you get that ready. Do you want to have any ask for any bugs or USB malware?
I think I'll ask for like either or of those things.
Okay.
How's that?
They can get you USB malware. Just get a USB stick, which you can get at a gas station now, and copy these files on it, and then click the executable, and that'll prime the USB. So whenever it plugs into a system, it's going to do everything in its power to compromise it, and root it. So you just need to have it plugged in for like 5-10 seconds, but then take it out so no one notices. Yeah, and it only works on Windows computers, not Macs. So. Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
All right. So meanwhile, Pang, is there anything you want to do tonight?
No, I don't have anything.
Okay. All right. All right. So Prokip and Bardolan, you fake Ortega checking into the Airbnb. You scatter some hairs. He has his phone there, and his car is left there. You buy a bag of, a little duffel bag and some toiletries from Walmart and rip off the labels and make them look used a little bit and put it there. So it looks like he has some clothes and shit. Is there anything else you want to do before you go to sleep? You want to burn the midnight oil?
No, I'm good.
All right. Day 3. Pang, you get a call or you get a text. It says the 3 March technology scientists all worked on a project codenamed Cookbook. If you can find information about Cookbook, it's of high interest. They worked on human enhancement for military purposes for March Technologies. More details are not available.
Okay.
All right. So day 3, you want to launch the scam?
I think so. If everybody else is cool with that, unless.
Yep.
All right. So
what's
all
the
right.
timing like before we do this? Are your team going in? Is that our team?
Influencer team goes in first. You guys can kind of listen in on our experience through phone. Like we can just have one of our phones connected.
Oh
to you
yeah.
guys. Real easy. Oh, we can all have earpieces, I assume, Ross.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Something easy to conceal. Okay.
Yeah.
Or just like throat mics. I don't know. Something simple.
Yeah.
So influencer goes in first, and then the FDA folks show up for a surprise inspection, or the California FDA folks show up for a surprise inspection. Does that work for everybody?
Sure.
Sounds good.
All right. So me and Mensch are gamer grind.
Gamer grind, yeah.
Gamer grind. So get your Hawaiian shirt on, Mensch, and do your best Dave Bautista in Glass Onion. We're gonna fucking rock this.
Mentions.
That's
ironically cool. Like, absolutely loving this get up.
Yep. When you said beard and face scars, that was exactly where my first thought went.
All right, so give me that persuade check. I'll give you a plus 20 bonus because you did create a good legend.
Wonderful. There we go. Critical success, 22 under 70.
Jesus Christ, yeah. You get Bobby Gillette. Hi, I'm Robert Gillette. I'm the owner of Revivatrix. I hear that you're an influencer wanting to do cover our production facility.
Yeah, so Procop shows up with like a gamer girl headset on, like a lot of pink and like neon colors, like yoga pants, like overpriced Doc Martens that are like also neon pink. Hi, I'm Gamer Grind. I've heard so much about how great your supplements are for enhancing attention span and focus and ensuring that people are able to maintain strength even though they might be living a sedentary lifestyle. That just sounds amazing for my audience, and I just really love to get a tour of your facility.
So Bobby Gillette meets you in the flesh. He's quite excited. He is a tall man, weathered, in his 50s.
This is producer Mickey. She like taps Mensch on the shoulder. He's just a darling. You see his like face scars and stuff? Isn't he so cool?
Mensch lets out a grunted like, hey, what's up?
Mr. Gillette is opens you like he talks like a cowboy. I bet he's wearing a big cowboy hat and boots and a bolo tie with turquoise on it. And
does he look like he's full of testosterone and tumors?
He does not. He does look pretty weathered. He's outdoors. He's like, oh hi, yeah, I'm great. It's a great. I knew our social media marketing was going to pay off. I'm so yeah. Sorry, my secretary took a while to meet you. I had to look you up, make sure you were legit. But I'm really impressed by your videos, and yeah, we'll be happy to give you a tour. I'll hand you off to Brandy here. She's our plant manager. So yeah, this enormous brick shit house of a woman steps in. She is. And she is smiling,
Brandy show you around storehouse.
yeah,
That kind of situation. All right.
she has this like western drawl
Okay.
that is out of place. Yeah, both of you can give me alertness checks.
Nice. 70 on the dot.
Okay.
I am 51, so I just miss it.
Okay. Prokep, you can see there is something on the back of her neck that, when she's looking at Mikey or to Gillette, you can see, and it kind of pulses and then bleeds back into her. So like literally like a bubble, an air bubble rising and then falling, but in her skin, in her flesh. Give me a sand check.
Yeah. This is I'm not going to make. I do not make that.
All
47.
right, it's 1 for unnatural.
Okay, cool. It begins.
Yeah. But yeah, there is definitely something uncanny about her.
Cool.
But she starts giving you a spiel. And so she's going through this stuff. Both of you, do either of you have a cult?
I actually might. Let me see. I have a cult
I
at
have it.
30, so I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, both of you roll a cult.
Go right ahead.
I don't make.
All right.
Should I try?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Let me just put that 1D 100 for. See if I can. Oh. Put that on.
If you just push up,
Spacebar action.
There we are. 36. Nope.
Okay. Yeah, she's talking a lot of weird shit. This is not like with the failure, this is like even for the extreme people who have weird and extreme beliefs on doctors, believing that like,
Right.
fluorescent lights cause cancer. And that kind of shit. Like this is stuff, the kind of rhetoric you've never heard before. Like it's
Right.
even extremer and weirder.
We're
than what you've-
recording it though.
Yeah. But like it's just pushing the Overton window just a bit on health extremist views that like you could tell that like health nuts are gonna really dig this. It's like, oh, this is the new wave. This is the new talking point. But yeah, it's really weird. And you can't. It's just like, where the fuck is this philosophy coming from? Like this is like most of like these nutters, right? Like they like anti-vaxxers you can take from Dr. Wakefield and like stuff like that, and like there's an origin point, there's theory, there's variants, derivatives. It's sort of well known, but like this is out of left field,
Right.
so yeah, something about energy and the importance of imbuing energy in food to get it. They do talk a little bit like photosynthesis, but yeah, it's you can't keep up with it.
Ross, this is too realistic. I'm sorry. we have to get off now.
Aw.
This is entirely believable.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, you can tell. Like, even with a fail check, you kind of get the sense that this is like stuff that once it's at that low point at an exponential curve.
Right.
Like,
it's just accessible enough.
Yeah, but you could tell this stuff could catch on like wildfire.
Yeah,
circumstances.
that tracks. Okay.
So meanwhile,
with my crit, could I
yeah.
have convinced the CEO to come along with us on the tour?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Just my main goal is I just want as many people engaged as possible. Procop, or aka Gamer Grind, is just like a bubbling personality, a font of words, and just talking about fucking everything.
Yeah, but these are so well rehearsed talking points, so it's taking a while to get through it. So
that's fine. My main goal is I just want to keep both the CEO and fucking the USS Brick Shithouse talking as much as possible. I just want them to be yapping on and on and on.
All right, so you're in the tour now. So Pang and Minch, or sorry,
Baradolan,
Pang
yeah.
and Baradolan, yeah. You two, you can launch your FDA or no, you're doing the California thing, yeah, California,
Yeah.
yeah. So who's gonna make? Are you just showing up and flashing a badge, or like what's the approach?
Yeah, let's just show up.
Okay.
I'm gonna let Pang take the lead on this because
All right.
Pang actually
Yeah.
knows what they're talking about.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Hang Hi, I'm Mark Oshiro with the California Department of Public Health. So we've got this case, they're kind of breathing down our neck about. Um, this we've got this um we've got this mother, her son has used some of your products and he died. She's saying that it's because of your product because there's no way her precious boy could have been using anything other than your product. So we just need to. It would be nice if we could have a look at your facility, just to say we did, to make sure there's nothing untoward going
All
on
right.
there,
Yeah.
because you know just so we can have peace of mind, because we don't want to have to initiate any action against your product, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. What do you want to roll for that? You could use law, you could use persuade, bureaucracy.
I'll use
Yeah.
bureaucracy. Yeah.
All right, I'll give you a plus 20 bonus. It's you're using the case files, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, which is a real case, so like that's pretty good evidence. Yeah.
That's a failure.
Okay. So while you're doing the tour gamer grind, someone one of the employees comes to Mr. Gillette, whispers in his ear, "Excuse me, pressing business."
Can I
yeah.
try and distract him? But Mr. Gillette, my question, you guys are talking a lot about reflecting and imbuing energy into your food products. What would happen if you imbue this energy into yourself? Just like I want to try and regurgitate his like contagious talking points to get him. Yeah,
Look, I'm sorry. I really have to take this. Something the business is taking. Brandy knows this material better than I do. At that point, to be honest, I just signed the checks. He almost slaps Brandy on the back, but then remembers not to touch her, and then like kind of fakes it, pantomime slapping her on the back.
I'm gonna be chuckling, and then on my phone I'm texting the other team, boss man on the way.
Yeah.
Okay, well thank you so much, Brandy. We really appreciate it. Now,
yeah,
so tell me more about like reflecting and just like fucking garbage nonsense.
All right, so Gillette shows up to the front desk where you two Mark and Edward are, and the two, and he's like, hi, yeah, let's talk about this in my office. So he takes you to his office.
Right.
And you make your pitch to him, and you show him the case file, and he looks at it. Are you going to include the photos of the person's grisly death?
No.
Okay. All right. So he looks at this. And he's like, "Well, this is highly concerning. Obviously, our products are safe and inspected for quality and purity. I believe very much in purity. But you are out of your jurisdiction. I'm no lawyer, but this is Wyoming.
Of course, it's Wyoming, but you understand that we can't have products being sold in California that aren't safe, of course.
Yeah, I understand. I feel like I should call my lawyer, and we can arrange a. If you could leave these documents with me, we can formulate a proper response to your inquiry, which I do respect. But at this time, our methods are proprietary and trade secrets. Of course, we cannot casually reveal them. Now, if you were to get a court order, that would be different. But like. This is you're an agent, right? Not a lawyer yourself.
Right, I understand.
So you can make one more persuade check. or bureaucracy check to
right.
try. Yeah.
Could he get a bonus if he shows the grisly photos?
Maybe. We'll find out if you want to or not.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, you
I'm not going to. I'm like, yeah,
Well,
just
I mean, it will trigger a reaction.
yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just
Sure. Give me another bureaucracy check. Yeah.
Come on, get in the facility.
all right. Yeah, I succeed that. Yeah.
All
Thank
right.
God.
Well, yeah, just of course,
Well-
and we're not going to talk about. I mean, we don't have to talk about anything. We don't have to put anything on the record necessarily. Just let's, let us have a look for our own peace of mind, and this can probably go away.
Well, I hate lawyers, to be honest. Even my own.
Sorry.
So,
Yeah, of course. That's why I'm not one.
Yeah,
Hold on here,
I
Howard.
respect that. Yeah. All right. Well, we can. Yeah, I can show you around real quick, and we can go from there. But I can't show you everything. Obviously,
Of course.
we do have some proprietary trade secrets. He hangs onto the phrase as a totemic protection. He starts taking you to a different section of the facility. So very careful not to get you. He's very careful to make sure you're away from that. So he does have Dougie shows up. You've seen his mugshot, so he's got a rat tail and a greasy complexion and a little makeshift uniform. And he is so this is my head of security, Mr. Doug Wynn. He'll be accompanying us because he's got all the keys. And so you two can give me alertness checks.
I critically fail.
Woo!
Yeah, looks fine. Delta Green's making a much ado about nothing. This place is fine.
Oh, that's.
I mean,
fine.
sometimes the cases must be nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just a lot of
Right?
goose chase. It's just a bunch of coincidences.
I succeed.
Okay. You succeed, and you realize it's pretty obvious that here's what you do see. They do have they have a processing facility where they take plants and turn them into health supplements, and they take them from the hydroponic gardens in there, but they're trying to hide it from you, but they didn't have a lot of time to hide it. You see some giant ass tomatoes, bigger than a basketball tomatoes being chopped up.
Okay.
That was really funny for some reason. I don't know why. Sorry.
And there's a couple of workers making and some herbs and other plants that are just grotesquely oversized.
I guess I kind of quietly nudge Pang and point over at the larger than expected vegetables of unusual size.
Yeah, vegetables of unusual size.
Yep.
So you spot that pretty quickly. But he's trying to keep your eye from it and keeping you from a distance so they don't look as big as they are. But people are holding them. You have something for size reference, right?
Yeah.
That's the person should not have to use two hands to have to hold up a single tomato.
I'm gonna point it out to Pang, but I'm gonna let Pang decide whether or not to call attention to it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not going to. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So that's where you get in your first little bit. Meanwhile, the gamer grind. She's taking you through. They have a little company store up front where they have t-shirts and hats and their own products that you can buy and sell because they do tours for customers now.
Since I've been talking to her about her fucking stupid crystal bullshit for the last however many hours, can I try and
it's an hour tops.
Whatever. Yeah. Can I lean in and just and try and convince her to show me some of that good shit? Because she's talking about all this stuff. these fuckers are excited, right? Like they're maybe not bursting at the seams to show me like the full elephant, but you know they want to share the tail with someone.
Okay.
Show me a little bit of that good shit.
Yeah. So you give me that persuade check. This is a base. I mean, no.
28 under 50. Don't worry, Ross. At this rate, I'll fail every firearms check.
No. Well, I mean,
the adventure.
Yeah. So what you you mentioned that. She's like, well, I can't just show you. You have to experience it yourself. She grabs a protein powder off the shelf. It's like, hey, come on, we have a kitchen right over here. Get some of the Revivatrix milk, soy milk, and
made out of super big, super juicy soybeans.
Yeah, exactly. And she starts making a little protein shake for you.
All right, how many other people in the kitchen?
Her, you two, and give me a luck check. No, I'll roll a D100,
okay.
And you tell me if it's high or low.
Mensch, I'm calling on you. You got to pick this one.
All right, I rolled it. Is it
I'm
high?
feeling high.
It is a 45. It is
God damn
it! So there are 2 employees in there.
Fuck. Okay.
Drinking coffee.
So she wants me to drink this shit.
Yeah, she does. That's a sand check if you do that. Like, by the way.
Well, hang on. You want me to drink this protein shake? I got to get a workout in first, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay, sure. Is that? Are you getting into fitness too? We could do. We could do
fitness, gaming, anything. Just got to get that heart rate up, right?
Yeah. I got my own personal gym here. Out back.
Yeah, let's go check it out. Anything for more content.
All right, so she takes a protein shake with her, and you go out to a shed, basically that like just a metal shed, that has set up for.
Do employees follow us?
No, of course not. They're having coffee.
It's just this one lady.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anybody around as I look around in the shed?
Both of you give me alertness checks.
Okay. Oh, fuck. I failed 82 over 70.
I got a 97. Damn.
Fuck.
Yeah, you're fine.
Fuck.
So you're alone. You're definitely alone.
All right. Well, I've seen too many action movies. The fight scene in the gym is it's calling to me.
So yeah, her little, she has her own gym in this concrete floor metal shed, utility shed turned into a gym, and it just stinks of sweat, and like heavy weights. This is like a pro weightlifters, bodybuilders, gym, like someone going, like the who is that guy in the Game of Thrones, the giant, this is like his gym.
The mountain.
Yeah, the mountain. That's like the mountain style gym, like heavy weights.
All right, I'm gonna draw it out. I'm gonna do like a workout.
She looks at you and kind of gauges like how much you takes off a lot of weight off the barbell, Give me strength.
Chiquita's kind of jacked. She has a 17 constitution. So
what's her strength?
It's a 10, but her con's very high.
Yeah, she can do a lot of reps.
She can do a lot of reps, but low weight. Probably just
give me strength times 5.
Nice. Fail 70 over 50.
Yeah, she's just laughing. You're just eating shit. Your form is terrible. Yep. You haven't done this in a while. So anyways, meanwhile, back at the floor where they're turning this in there, you can see this is just a regular facility. We do distribution over here. The main, and he points to the building, the building you haven't gone into. So there's like 3 main buildings. The one you're in, which is the corporate front office, store, and production facility. Actually, there's 4. There's that one. So there's production. There's distribution, which is a warehouse where the trucks go in and out. And that's also where they package them, packaging, distribution. Then there is the hydroponics greenhouse, That's 3, and then the 4th building, that's R&D, and that's off limits. But that's R&D. We just do research there. In fact, the trio's coming. So you see 3 people walking the path from R&D to production, and it's the 3 scientists, and they must have another report for me. If you'll excuse me, I'll So he goes over there. So you're being babysat by Doug, and in the production facility. But yeah, what do you, Pang? What do you want to do? And Mark.
Well, how far away were the 3 scientists?
I mean, when he spots them, they're pretty far out. So he's going to meet them to talk with them out of earshot. But you can obviously do something to either get an earshot or try and interject yourself in that conversation.
Yeah, is there any way to get like closer to the point that like I could make an alertness check or something to like overhear parts of their conversation?
Yeah, I mean, you could wander, like start inspecting other parts of the production facility that are within earshot of it.
Yeah, okay. I'm either Pang. I think one of us should do that. Well, one of us should distract Dougie.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
So you said they're those 3 are scientists. So what's their background? What are they researching?
Mr. Doyle's like, they're our R&D team. They figure out ways to improve our product, make it cheaper and more effective for our customers. So he walks off.
There are evil scientists. Sorry.
Yeah. Doug is like, yeah, man, their backgrounds, they're kind of, it's all confidential, proprietary trade secrets, and y'all. Anyway, we're a pretty legit operation. I can tell. You've been an inspector law. So he's trying to make small talk with you.
Yep.
Yeah. So you can keep Doug occupied at least, but
Well, if Pang's doing that, I'm going to find something very interesting just on the other side of them in the production facility.
Yeah, give me an alertness check.
Alrighty. 23 under 50.
The scientists are all talking, finishing each other's sentences, but like in a way that had to be the only way you could do this is if you like, wrote a script and practiced. Like, I'm saying this sentence to you. Imagine like the first 3 words said by one person, the middle 2 are said by the second person, the last part is written by the third word, and
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, that's uncanny. It is, and they also look weird. They look pale, kind of gray, like almost lifeless in some ways, like
telekinetic vampires.
So yeah, the content they're talking about, like, yes, we have maximized the efficiency of exposure process delta. Or no, gamma. Yes. Epsilon is still needs improvement with the positioning of the refracting field. I believe it'll take us 3 more weeks to finalize the process. It's like, that's longer than you said. Well, it is. We are at the very edge of. We are beyond the edge of human knowledge. We are in a frontier. It is the trackless waste. If we had more personnel I can't hire. You know how hard it was finding you 3. So yeah, they're, we need to ramp up production to meet the mass market. Well, you could open a second hydroponics garden. Well, that's more of a logistical footprint. People are already bitching about the water table as it is. So anyways, that's the kind of conversation they're having.
Got it.
So, yeah.
Sorry, I've got some emergency vehicles going by.
Yeah. Pang, do you have human?
A little bit, yeah. I can roll it.
Yeah.
All right, I fail.
Okay. Doug's a weird little guy. But I'll say for free, he's definitely has a gun under his jacket. So.
All right, yeah, I guess that's a little weird, but
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
but
he's a
his
security
wiring.
guy.
Yeah, he's probably on something now. He's definitely acting like twitchy. Yeah. But his flesh looks normal. Greasy, but normal.
That's how I evaluate people. How normal does their flesh look?
Yeah. Meanwhile, yeah, sorry.
Okay, on that note, actually, you said that they look a little gray. Could I make a medicine or first aid check to know, is that just like they have not seen the sun in a while, vitamin D? Or
Oh,
is
sure.
there
Yeah,
something
yeah.
wrong with them?
Yeah. Yeah,
Which
give me
would it be?
medicine.
Medicine?
They've seen a
Okay.
sun, just not ours.
Well, yeah, I mean, nope, critical failure.
Yeah, it's just
Whoa!
that. They just haven't been out in the sun a bit. They're just a bit pale.
Man, these are the junkiest goths I've ever seen.
Yeah. Meanwhile, back in the murder shed, apparently. Well, we'll
Dude,
find out.
Rex, I'm
I don't. I
tired.
don't want to. I don't want to spoil. I don't want.
Weird as doomed us all.
Yeah. Yeah. You're doing your workout. You're getting great content for your YouTube channel.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like, all right. I think you felt the pump. Let's now it's perfect time to take this protein shake.
Fuck.
You do that, and I could show you some real shit. Yeah.
All right, I'll drink the protein shake. It's a sand check, right?
Oh yeah, and a con times 5 check.
Nice. All right, I make the sand check, 338.
Okay.
And then the con check. Oh boy, hang on. Oh, it's a critical failure. 88 over 85.
You feel
was so
amazing. Gain 1 point of strength.
Oh, I didn't want that.
And you made the sand check, right?
Matt's just kind of looking at.
We were specifically
Okay,
told to eliminate all vectors.
Yeah. So, yeah, Agent Mensch, you can give me an alertness check or a human check, whatever's higher.
Let me see. I think I'll do. Let me just check which one. Okay, let's see.
Just a little
humans.
Little mythos never hurt anyone.
1D 100 humans. 18.
18. All right. Yeah, this is hitting Agent Procap like a truck. I mean, she is high and just full of adrenaline and energy, buzzing with energy. Yeah, you could just kind of see this shit is incredibly strong. Seeing this effect on the first time user. So yeah, you've never seen a drug that has acted well. I mean, wow.
It's some good shit.
It's some very good shit.
Pupils again, pretty big there.
We fucking dilate city. Yeah, so fucking let's.
Shit, huh?
Now that I've had the shake, you got to show me why you make this stuff. This is fucking amazing.
All right, let's jog on over to.
My interest is very piqued.
Yeah, so she takes another swig of it too. She Brandy gets really pumped too. Yeah. Let's go show you it. Yeah, let's go.
Swole. Yeah.
So let's run.
We're gonna run. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. So meanwhile, back at the production facility, you Gillette and the scientists are arguing, and
if they're still arguing, I'm gonna make a play, and I apologize to everyone for this. I'm gonna go to Russell and be like, I read their papers, right? I'm gonna reference one of it, be like, you must be Dr. Ann Russell. I read your paper on X, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It, heavily influenced my future research, but I try to get her to like talk to me and see how they respond to that.
Yeah, go ahead. You do that. Go ahead and roll biology, or yeah.
Okay.
See how insightful.
Yes. Apparently very good. 5 under 60.
Oh yeah. She is quite impressed. They all are quite impressed. And they turn and look at you in unison and start talking about the paper. Again with the 3 cents thing. Yeah, give me a sand check for unnatural.
Yeah, I figured. Wow. No. 100.
All right. Yeah, that's.
I guess I joined them. Wow, you guys are
No,
really smart.
No, that's 2 sand for unnatural. And you stop. Yeah, you can keep talking. It's only 2, but like, yeah. They saying, "Are you looking for a better place of employment? We have room here. You are obviously eminently qualified." But Pang, you're sort of watching at the pathway between them, and you can see some people running into the R&D building.
Do I know who they are?
Yeah, well, you can recognize Brandy, that's for sure, because she's giant. And yeah, you can see your fellow agents running right after her. They're giddy, or at least Prokep is. How are you
Mitch is
handling this?
barely keeping it up with them.
Yeah.
He's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, do you want some energy, bro?
Oh no, I'm good. I got like a very upset stomach. I have very bad.
You're
truck
lost,
stop
bro.
sandwich, man. Yeah.
Wave of the
Maybe
future.
next time, oh, definitely. Oh man,
Yeah.
you guys look like you're really loving it.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Yeah. So, Pang, you see this before anyone else.
All right. Doug's not looking, right?
No, Doug's talking to you. He's trying to keep you distracted. You're looking past him. He has his back. Doug has his back turned to the path, so he doesn't see it. He's vaping, and
Of course he is.
talking about
Crypto.
Yeah, talking about crypto. Yeah, man. You can sign up for this program. You get a referral fee.
Yo, that Hawk Tua coin, I know it went down in the beginning, but you got to get in on it now.
Oh, yeah. Something
All right,
like
yeah,
that.
I'll keep talking to him as Prokop and Mensch go into the facility,
Okay.
and then once they do that, I'll kind of try to get Baradulin's attention.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Mark, you can see that Pang is sort of like eyeing you. Like, yeah.
I will prepare it over, but I do want to kind of get them with one. All right. So she says, like, you should join us, all that.
Yeah.
To that, I respond, like, I truly respect all of your work. It's truly groundbreaking. And I understand that science doesn't always pay the bills, and that's why you are here. But I mean, honestly, this nutritional supplement facility seems beneath all of us. Why would I want to waste my time here?
Yeah, roll persuade for that.
Nope, 79 out of 50.
Well, you're not quite ready to be on the frontier. If you want the safety of a government job with
It's not about
benefits.
safety. I want to see the frontiers.
You're
of
not even doing
biology.
research. You're a health inspector, right?
I'm using my knowledge to help people. This just seems like you're trying to make a few bucks quickly.
Oh, we're helping everyone. We're going to help all of humanity.
We're going to help you so hard.
All right. So, yeah, well, hold on. I need to get some more water, so I'll be right back. And you all can text just have a group. You can talk to each other, but you're texting each other surreptitiously looking at, because everyone checks their phones all the time now, so it's not suspicious.
Fair enough.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Out of character, I was hoping to get them to be like, let us show you how brilliant our plan is.
Guys, we're gonna look in the fucking weird place, and then we're gonna get the fuck out of here. We're gonna call it in, and our good friends are gonna artillery strike this place. That's gonna work. It's gonna work so well.
I'm gonna see if I can like low key let the other two know, other than like Prokop or something. Like, hey, she just drank some of the stuff, and her freaking pupils went wide open like goddamn owls.
Listen, it's just a little bit. It'll be okay. I'm fine. It's all good.
So, in case,
I mean, so are we going to try to link up and combine, or what's the plan here?
I think you guys, we're going to look in here, and then we're going to get out, and we'll text you.
I'm going to try and find a way, like, see if there's, like, a computer with any important info that can stick.
Yeah, get the USB going. That's a good idea.
Well, so, like, all right, there are 4 buildings here? Is that what
I don't know.
I
how
think
many
it's 4
buildings.
buildings. Yeah,
I think it's
different
4,
like
yeah.
departments.
Okay. And you guys are going into the research, which is the one that
R&D.
we're not allowed in yet.
Mhm.
All right, well, get what you can out of that. I guess my question is like, are Pang and I staying to get as much information from what they want to show us as possible?
I think you guys just focus on getting the USB into a computer, and then
Okay.
try to get out. And if we get fucked up in R&D, then come help us, and we'll shoot our way out. But otherwise, we're gonna take a look at R&D and try to get the fuck out of here. But
So we
that's,
should
that's the
expect
plan.
some sort of emergency emoji text that says like, "Come here." What you?
Yeah, I'm gonna send you the eggplant emoji with like the water squirt, and that's gonna indicate that things are going badly. Okay?
Oh, I would have assumed that meant things were going well.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Especially in a place like this. You kidding me?
Fair enough.
Yeah, listen,
No,
these
fuck it.
guys are freaking.
Anyone showing you the eggplant emoji in that murder shed should not be trusted.
Also,
Those
out of
right.
character. I don't know if anybody saw it in the. Oh, wait, no, after the show.
Ross, that's a great thing to come back to.
We're gonna help the
Eggplant
shit.
in a murder shed? Yeah, all right.
It's fine, whatever it is. So
R&D building, see a giant eggplant in there.
Boy, that's coincidental.
yeah,
It's God.
yeah. Don't worry about it. I actually been playing a video game, Ball and Air, which has eggplants in it. It's a special thing. It's like pachinko but roguelike. It's very fun. Yeah. Anyway,
Have you played Forever
like
Winter yet?
Pachinko.
Never mind. I'll shut up.
no, I've not played. I'm waiting for the
The water update. It's out. It's out. Anyway.
Okay.
I'll shut up. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So Team Gamer Grind.
We're going into R&D. We want to
Yeah.
see the elephant.
Yeah,
Show us
there's
that
like
sanity.
there's like 3 doors, 3 that she has to like beep you into, like
Okay.
security doors. It's like heavily secured, but she's
I'm
like,
gonna like riz her up as we go. And you're like, yeah, you're so swole. This is so cool. You know, just fucking.
this
lay
is where
it
they
on
do the real tests. We've been doing it on seeds so far because then we can plant the seeds and we have a quick grow cycle. So let me show you the holy grail of our health movement, and once we can figure out how to maximize the efficacy, this is the the star fragment. It's so she opens you, takes you into a chamber where there are these highly polished. It's a circular chamber, or actually, she takes you to a control room, and she shows you a video screen that shows a circular chamber with this weird crystal in the center of it, surrounded by mirrors on almost all sides, and the crystal shape. You think it has. When I ask you like what's a geometric shape, what's the first one you think of?
Octagon.
And you think you and then Agent Minch, what's the first geometric shape you think of?
Hypercube.
No, like a regular
just
one.
nothing.
Like,
Regular one. Okay.
yeah,
I
Euclidean.
guess a pyramid, prism.
yeah. You think of a prism, and but then that's what each of you sees, and then it starts shifting to other shapes, and then you realize it's all of these shapes and none of these shapes. So yeah, give me sand checks for seeing this thing.
Surreptitiously, time to burn the building down. I
And
do
they're-
not make that.
All right. That is going to be 4 sanity.
Yay!
Just out of character, like how do I know if it's like a pass or fail sanity roll again?
It's equal if it's equal or less than your current sanity.
Oh yeah, that's a fail.
All right, that is also 4 sanity. Now you can project, of course, if you.
Oh yeah, I want to project for sure.
Yeah. Who are you projecting this onto?
I'm going to project this onto my my mother-in-law, or not my mother-in-law, my aunt-in-law, who is a super passive-aggressive mother of my sibling's partner, but who I have a begrudging respect for because of her, the determined fashion in which she engages with life. But she's incredibly passive aggressive and irritating, and I see her on the holidays, and I dislike her.
Okay. Well, you can roll a d4, and that's how much willpower and how much relationship bond you lose with that person.
It's
and
4!
Then,
I completely negate the sand
Yeah.
loss, but fuck that lady.
Yeah, basically. Same thing with you, HMN. You can do the same thing if you want. But it's not only the shape is unnatural, but the color of it. You think it's green, then you think it's red, and then you think there's a new color between green and red that you've never seen before. But no, it's not that. It's there's no words in the English language to describe this color. There's no words in human perception to describe what this color is. What the fuck is this color? It's this weird aura, this radiation emitting from the crystal. And they can reflect it from the crystal with the mirrors into rooms filled with seeds or plants or animals.
Wow, this is great. Anyway, we should be going.
Yeah, that's that sure is.
That's sick as
something.
hell. That's the future of health.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Can you? I want to see what the camera shows. Show me the camera.
Yeah. Show the camera.
The camera is just glitching out. It's just like zebra. It's
It's
out of.
static.
Well, yeah, it's not recording, and she's like,
Right.
While those two are occupied, I'm gonna see.
Give me a persuade check at a -10 there, ProCap.
But I took the drink. I did the workout. Come on, Ross.
It's like this person's very unstable, and you're wanting to leave.
I failed. Yeah.
She's like, "What? You want to leave now? What are you, fucking coward? You backing out now? What's wrong with you?
No, I wanna make the package.
You're just an imitator, just a fake. You're just lying. You just lied to me. You're just trying to trick me, aren't you?
How many other people are in this room?
Whoa. No one wants to trick you.
It's just you
Brandy.
three.
This is some cool. This is some far out stuff here. You know,
You can also give me a persuade check.
money,
-20 to
but-
this second check. Minch. Yep.
Huh?
You can make a persuade check to try and
Persuade check?
de-escalate.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Minus
try
20
and talk her. I'm gonna try and talk her down with that.
Yeah.
Persuade at 50. So. All right, 30. I did it.
Damn. All right. So she starts calming down, and you start
this
calmly.
is some, cool stuff. Like it's like yo, like, Sigan, this is gonna get us so many freaking subscribers. We're just gonna change the world. I've never seen anything like this. This is like, it's hard for me to comprehend, but it's just so like this is incredible stuff, Brandy. Like no way we want to get the heck out of this. This is gonna make us big. Like this is gonna change everything.
Yeah, so she's calmed by this, and
yeah.
So meanwhile, let's see here, Pang and let's see here, Mark. Yeah, you two are there. You've sort of communicated to each other a little bit. Mark, you've been kind of dismissed by the scientists. And what do the two of you want to do now?
I mean, are the scientists and Gillette going off somewhere else now? Or
the meeting's done now that you've interrupted. So the scientists
Okay.
are going back to R&D, and Gillette is still with you. I was like, "Are we done here?" He's obviously irritated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just so I don't metagame this, I didn't see them going into R&D, right?
But I told you they're.
Well, you were trying to get my attention, but I didn't.
You could have I would say Pan could have texted you, and you would have.
We've been surreptitiously texting, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I don't want them going back to R&D, so I'm going to try to keep the attention. I'm basically going to accuse them of wasting their brilliance and like talk about their previous work and how much more they could be doing for humanity than selling a bunch of vitamin supplements to billionaires.
Okay. Yeah, persuade.
All right. Dun, dun, dun. This is how I get kidnapped by the Migo. Oh, 54 over 50.
They ignore you. They don't give a shit. You're a little person. Your voice doesn't matter. Your barbs do not find targets. So they're heading back. and so what do you want to do, Pang? What do you want to do?
All right, so we established that Doug is like a crypto guy, right?
Yeah.
So can we get him to show like? I want to see if I can get him to show me something on one of their computers.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
I can mess around with their computer.
Yeah, he takes you to one of the factory, one of the computers right there. It's like, oh yeah, here you go. It's
Show me
called
your
Honey
NFTs.
Coin. It's really cool. It's
Yeah.
like Mr. Beast's favorite browser extension, crypto.
Hey, it's topical.
Yeah. So yeah, you start doing that. You can either plug it in with a Dex times 5 while he's there, or you can just wait for a distraction to seize an opportunity. Or like, yeah, what's your play here?
I'll do Dex times 5.
Okay.
All right, I succeed.
All right, he doesn't notice, and he's too dumb to realize. Yeah, and so you plug it in for 5 seconds. The goddamn computer's slow. God, these things. We need to replace these fucking things. And then 5 seconds later, you realize it's done. You pull it out while he's watching the screen, and as I got there you go. So yeah, you give him some fake info to sign you up for Mr. Beast Honey Coin
NFT collection. Yeah.
Yes, browser extension, and yeah. So yeah, you two with Gillette, though, is now with that meeting going bad. He's very much wants you two out of here. It would be very hard to stay here any longer.
All right. I think we have what we need. We will. Everything seems to be above board. We will let you know if we have anything further, but I think this is the last you'll see of us.
All right. Meanwhile, all right. The back at the R&D lab, you de-escalate the situation, Minch, and so you're leaving when you run into the trio of scientists, and they're like, "What are they doing here?" And Brian's like, no, she's cool. She drank. She's with us. She's part of our social media team now." And they say, "No, this was not approved by the owner. This is beyond. This is a break of protocol. You're failing. Perhaps we should deprive you of this stuff." It's like, don't you fucking dare! Don't you fucking dare! You think you have power over me? You don't have power over me. I'm so strong.
I'm just gonna. Can we just like keep walking? Because like it seems like this is about to escalate.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's one locked door between you and the outside.
Wait, I have an idea. I have an idea. I'm gonna look towards Brandy. It's like, Brandy, are you gonna let these scrawny dorks tell you what to do? Look at the way they're freaking talking to you.
Yeah.
These couple of nerds and their freaking high mind. Come on.
They don't even bench, bro. Like, they
They
don't
don't
even
bench.
lift.
They don't put in the effort, and they think they
Yeah, roll persuade plus 20.
Yeah.
Do you want to make a human check to know what to kind of predict what she would do if you egg her on like that?
Yeah, let's do that first, just in case.
Yeah.
41.
Oh, she's gonna like murder them.
Oh yeah.
Do it!
Yeah, absolutely. Let's
All
do
right,
this.
roll persuade plus 20.
Slash round.
Didn't you already roll it?
Oh, that was the human check to make it.
Let's see, 58, and there's a plus 20. My persuade is up to like 50, so with the plus 20, would that be like a success?
What's your base persuade?
Let me just double check. 50%.
Yeah, so your persuade is 70 for this
Hell
roll.
yeah.
So yeah. So you egg her on, and she just punches Hector straight in the face, caving his skull in.
Hell
Both
yeah.
you make a
Oh.
sand check for violence and unnatural.
Yeah.
That's the violence, but I'll do the unnatural, I imagine.
It's the same. Basically, means you get a check for violence. It's the same d6.
I failed.
Okay.
I failed.
All right, that's.
I got an 88.
Oh, this is 6
Oh my
sand.
Oh no! All right.
It's 6 sand for both of you, which is a fight, flight, or
Ooh.
freeze situation.
I'm gonna
I
try
gotta have
and
to protect on a
project.
bond for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Project.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
one,
gonna
so
take
it's
that.
just 5.
Well, 5 is still fight, flight, or freeze, so you're still freaking
Well,
out.
I don't hit my breaking point. Is the very important difference.
Oh, okay, yeah. But you still fight, flight, or freeze. What is it?
Definitely flee.
Okay, you need to get the fuck out. Yeah. Minch, did you? How much did you project?
Like I project based on like how many points of sanity I lost, right?
Roll
No,
a
you
D4.
roll a d4.
Oh, I roll a d4. Okay,
yeah.
so like.
So the way this works is it removes a bond, which we haven't really dealt with yet.
It does
it's
some
a one
damage
shot.
to a bond. No, it's a D100. Roll a D4.
Yep.
1d4
It deals
is
damage
anyway.
to a bond.
And to your willpower.
Yeah.
But
all right,
so
that's
you
a 2.
projected 2, so you're down to 4 damage instead of 6.
so you're still in control. You're not having a fight, flight, or freeze thing. If you lose 5 or more at once, you panic and you either fight, you run away, or you freeze.
So like I lose 4 points of sanity. I'm down to like 58 now, and my breaking point is 56. So
okay, so you haven't reached your breaking point yet. That's good. Now a bond takes 2 points of damage. It's a friend or a loved one. I didn't have you specify those.
I'm gonna take that off of my the guy who got me roped into this organization, Lewis.
Yeah.
Former
Lewis.
Delta Green contact. Freaking jerk, getting me roped up into this shit.
All right, so
I'm frantically struggling to get out the door.
Yeah, it is, and you realize it is locked. Give me a strength times 5. No, strength times 1. Strength times 1.
Fine. I don't make it, Ross.
Yeah, you cannot force open a locked door on Brute Street, even though your strength is now 11.
It is. I have increased my strength.
Yeah, so you're just throwing yourself against the door, trying to get out, as Brandy is going to town on the scientists. What are you doing, Minch?
Well, let's see. I guess as they're all busy with each other, Prokop just trying to go at the door, right?
Yeah.
She got stuck at the security stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a security door that you've seen the key cards. You need to be buzzed open.
All right.
Obviously, Brandy has one. The scientists each have one, but
and okay, so she punched one scientist. Like, are there any scientists like knocked out, like out cold or anything that I could pull that card off of?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean they're real cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them is dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna search any one of them, see if I can get a card.
Well, she is currently all over them, murdering them barehanded. So, like, this is going to be like athletics check to grab one from a scientist's body.
All right.
Just to paint the scene, you're in a small, like, basically, those little air gap rooms they have. You're between two doors as this 6'2" hulking monster, just loaded up with unnatural muscles, is brutally beating 3 middle-aged scientists to death. Blood is everywhere. You could hear bone breaking, flesh being ripped apart.
Some people are into this, Ross.
The scientists aren't screaming. That's the worst thing. Yeah, they are taking it quite well, it seems like. Let's see here. So yeah, give me athletics.
Yeah. Okay. All right, and that is a 78 over 50%. Yeah, it's a fail.
All right, you are not able to get close. Like, she's all over these things, ripping apart like a gorilla. And yeah, it's not great. So let's see.
Is there any way I could like calm her down for a moment, try to get her to give me like no.
You can try, sure. You can try whatever you want to, but this is round by round. Prokip, give me intelligence times 5.
Am I still insane?
Oh yeah, but like you might think of like you want to get out and run away, but you like
I make it.
Oh yeah, key card open door.
Key card open door.
Yeah, you could give me athletics too.
Do I have athletics? I do at a 30% for some reason. Can I do con times 5 or strength times 5?
No, this is like you're running in, grabbing a key. Remember Double Dare and trying to find the flags in the pile of goop?
Yeah,
it's kind of like that.
I don't make it.
All right. So meanwhile,
We're having a great time.
Yeah,
We're so close to the smoothest operation in all of Delta Green's history.
It's all going
so
according to
fucking
plan.
close.
Meanwhile,
Even with the mass murder.
the health inspectors, you're being escorted out by Doug back to the parking lot. He looks distracted. He's like, God damn it. He's looking at, where the fuck is Brandy? Where is she responding? How the fuck supposed to, goddamn assholes are out smoking instead of being on the job. God damn it. So yeah. What do you do? Are you just gonna play according to your role and drive out, or are you gonna you're out in the parking lot with Doug?
I mean, I look at Peg and my eyes kind of go to where he no doubt knows my VP9 is, and then dart back to Peg, and I'm just questioning, like, what do we do?
You have not heard from your fellow agents in minutes now.
All right, let's get in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess drive, like, I would like to drive, like, as if we were leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we've, like, gotten out of the parking lot, we can start talking about what we want to do. But my idea would be to, like, so there's, like, a back entrance for trucks, right?
No, it's the same road. It's like one road in and out.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no back road. Like, you go straight there and back.
Okay.
But, like, the road splits right outside the parking lot, right? Like, parking lot for employees, truck loading. So basically, it's one road that splits into two at the very end.
Okay.
It's a 2-lane road, though. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
For people going in and out. So you can give me alertness checks to figure out a place to hide or to evade Doug, if that's what your intention is. Your intention to evade Doug. Well, what do you want to do? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess my question was, like, backing up a little bit, like, before we just drove off. So you, like, negate that you don't want me to shoot it, right?
Yeah, I don't want you to shoot.
Yeah. So what is the security setup at the front? Is it just like a front gate? Is this like a walled setup? Is it
there's not even a fence around this place. There is there's a parking lot. There are security cameras on poles and around buildings. But it's not super secure.
Okay. Like there's barely a gatehouse.
Yeah, there's like a front desk. Yeah, there's a gatehouse, yeah. For visitors to buzz in, but like actually no, there's not even a gatehouse. It's just like there's a sign saying visitors go to the corporate front office.
Okay, never mind. I was gonna like do an elaborate leave something behind to come pick it up, but yeah, we don't even need to do that. We can just drive right back afterwards.
Yeah. So you're driving out, keeping Doug from suspecting you, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. All right. Meanwhile, back in the murder room,
open the door.
Both of you can give me one more athletics checks before Brandy's going to be done murdering these people.
We're on Brandy's team. I fail 95 over 30.
Okay.
I got a 9. Success.
You get a key card.
Hell yeah.
You open it, and I imagine the two of you are going to start running.
We very surreptitiously walk extremely quickly out.
I mean, you're both covered in blood.
I said what I
just
said.
Gonna power walk as casually as he can, trying to wipe off the blood where it would be obvious, hoping that the.
All right, Brandon's like, "Where are you going? We have to get the crystal."
Oh, we gotta go and publish
this, Brandon.
We gotta publish it so that everyone can see it. Thank you.
You're leaving me like everyone else leaves.
We gotta spread the word.
So. Fine, I'll get the fucking crystal myself.
Yeah, get the crystal, Brandy. Bye.
Right. Yeah, go get it. We're gonna change the world. Let's get the hell out of here, Prokop.
All right.
Do we have any reason to believe it would be bad if Brandy got the crystal?
I'm not gonna stick around and find out.
You see Doug approaching you, and let's see if Doug sees the blood on you from a distance.
Oh man,
there's a lot of blood on you. Like she went very splatterpunk in there. Oh yeah, Doug. Well, you can't tell if Doug knows, but he is walking up.
Wait, I can make a human.
-20. He's at a distance.
Fuck you. Fuck you, Ross.
Damn.
You horrible monster.
Anyway, so he's
I don't make it.
so you have to pass Doug to get to the parking lot.
Can I breathlessly? Doug Brady went crazy and just started beating the scientist to death, and she said she's gonna do something about a crystal.
Yeah, just be like, dude, she went nuts on them out of nowhere. She was just
okay.
She was
You don't have to make a persuade check. You're very
couldn't get in there until
you don't have to make a persuade check. He believes you. He sees the blood. He starts calling on his. He starts like texting somebody. They don't even have radios here. They just use their phones because they're idiots. And that's when you all hear a scream coming from inside the production facility.
That's nice.
I mean, not the production facility, the lab.
The lab. We're leaving. We're leaving.
Oh, she's gonna Hulk out. Yeah, let's get the hell out.
It's like a scream of fear.
We're definitely leaving.
Are you walking, running?
Walking quickly.
Walking.
Oh, you need to take care of this. We're so stupid. We're just influencers. Oh, please, Mr. Special Businessman, you have an MBA. You're the only one who can stop her.
So Gillette comes out and he's holding a gun in his hand, a big ass revolver. It's like, you two stop here. What the fuck's going on?
Brandy, she went nuts, man. She's going crazy. She took us on a workout. Now she's fucking.
No, you ain't moving here trying to figure out what's going on. I hear screaming. Doug, and he starts. Doug's going into the lab. Everything went to hell once you two showed up, and then the health inspector showed up. It's way too suspicious.
So Doug and the security team went in there.
Well, Doug went in there. The security team's nowhere to be found. It's like,
is there anyone else around us other than this guy?
I mean, there's actually the secretaries looking out, the front desk secretaries looking out, so she'd be a witness.
You think I could pull a pepper spray and run for it?
You could, yeah.
About him blowing my head off immediately.
I mean, he's looking at both of you. Yeah, you could, if you give me a Dex times 5, you could get the drop on him. All right. But he is paying attention, but to two of you.
Fuck it, I'm gonna Dex 5 him with my Glock 20. If the pepper spray doesn't work, I'm gonna shoot him in the beam.
Okay, well, yeah, both of you give me Dex times 5 checks.
All right, I got 68. And
97
is 60. Yeah, that is.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. The 68 is mine, and that does make it. The 97 is yours.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. The 97 is mine. So
I get the Glock 20 up, and I can make a shot.
Yeah, make a point. Firearms plus 20.
All right. 25 under 90.
All right, he's dead.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he goes down.
I put a fist-sized hole.
Yeah, both of you make sand checks for violence.
I'm not going to make this either. Yeah, 81. I don't make that.
All right. Let's see here.
88! Oh, no!
Yeah. All right, that's a D4. Or that's 4 for crit failing.
What do I get?
Only 1.
All right, I'm at 32, so
it's
I need
self-defense
to go below.
At this point. Yeah,
I need to go below to hit my breaking point, right?
Yeah,
I am.
So I haven't hit it yet by a fucking miracle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 2 points below my breaking point, so I'm gonna assume it's
breaking point. Well, the permanent disorders you get, it happens at the end of the operation, so you only get the fight, flight, or freeze at 5 or more at once.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, your character's gonna be fucked in the long term. Maybe some PTSD or any number of phobias. So you shoot him in the head.
Woo!
And both of your actually, all 4 of your phones go off at the same time. Who's answering first?
I will.
Okay. Do the rest of you answer at the same time or pretty closely?
Yeah,
yes.
I'm gonna answer right after Procop.
All right.
I mean, wait. Pang and I are in the car. Maybe it's on Bluetooth.
I mean, but yeah, you both get the call. Yeah.
We just put it on speaker. Then
Okay, yeah. All of you hear a voice. It's a calm, voice. Hello. My name is Stephen Alziz. I think you would want.
As soon as I hear that, I hang up.
The hang up button doesn't work. You might want my help for what's coming. If you don't want my help, I will allow you to hang up now. But if you want my help, you'll be able to live.
Mensch is gonna tentatively ask, like, what he has in mind by what he means by that exactly.
I hang up.
But he's prepared to hang up at any
Yeah,
All right.
I hang up too. Fuck this guy.
I'm listening.
Me too. He's not
All right.
in a sane state of mind right now to be like thinking straight.
Those of you, if you want to live, there is a small tributary near the facility where they draw water from. The Porcupine Creek. Run there if you want to live.
I look at Peg and tell him to pull over.
All right, I do it.
I get out and start going.
Mensch is just gonna go straight towards wherever he's going, try to find a car or something.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I mean,
I'm
you
following
brought a car
Mensch.
here. You could just get in your car and drive away.
Yeah, I'm
just
following
go
Mensch.
right off
Get
the
fuck outta
rails,
here.
go rogue.
All right, we're going to do this round by round. So, let's see here. You two gamer grinds are outside, in between all the buildings, in the middle of this. Yeah. You're close. You see some the color comes out of the lab, and it starts sweeping forward. You see Doug was running away from it, and he just falls to the ground as it passes over him. You see the grass turn gray as it goes under, as the color goes through it. Prokip, what are you gonna do?
I'm fucking terrified, and I have no idea what to do, and I am following fucking Mensch.
All right, so you're running to the Porcupine Creek.
Yep.
All right, both of you give me Dex times 5, or athletics or Dex times 5, whatever is higher.
Dex times 5 is much better for me. I'm gonna use that. I got a 61 under 70. I make it.
Okay. Mensch.
I'm sorry, I just failed. Yeah.
Okay. So you're getting slow. You're not catching up. I'll give you basically you have to make 2 out of 3 checks. Meanwhile, team parking lot. Mark, you give me that Dex times 5 or athletics.
Alrighty.
You're further away. You get a plus 20 on this.
Hell yeah. I didn't even need it. 34 under 95 then.
All right. Peng, what are you doing? Are you going to try and drive?
Yes, I'm driving away.
Give me a drive check.
All right. I succeed.
All right, you start driving. You notice the car is beginning to the lights on the dashboard are starting to flicker.
Jesus, we are so fucked.
Let's see here. All right, team. Let's see here.
Gamer grind.
Gamer grind. One more Dex times 5.
I make that 3 under
The
70.
same 61. Jesus Christ.
So you made 2 now, right?
I made 2.
Okay. So you jump into Porcupine Creek. Porcupine Creek. And Minch, you did it as well?
No, I mean I failed. I like 61 for like both rolls.
Oh, so you failed both.
Wait a minute. Let me just look. Yeah, I failed both.
Okay. All right, we'll get to you.
Wait, actually, hold on. Let me. All right. I think I'm sorry. I think I'm getting like coppers confused with like mine.
Yeah, you need to look at the name on the thing. It'll say it replies to you.
First one. Yeah, my first one was 59. So I did make that first one. So
okay.
The second one I failed.
Okay, so you make 1 out of 2 so far. So you need to make the next one. If you make the next one, you'll make it. If you fail the next one, you'll fail. So, Yeah, I'm just going to give me one more roll, so we can see.
6. I make it.
You make it. All right. So both of you make it into Porcupine Creek. Meanwhile, let's see here. Mark, give me one more Dex times 5.
But while I'm running, I'm pulling a hose out of my bag. Yep, I make it.
All right. Yeah, you jump in the water.
I got a hose. I'm staying underwater, and I'm holding the hose up over it.
Peg, the car is dying. It's daylight, so you didn't really notice the lights shutting off, but all the lights are shutting off in the buildings around you. Electricity is failing.
Same.
You can try and coast the car to see if it'll take you far enough, or you could dive out and try and run to the creek, or run after Mark.
I will try to coast the car.
All right, give me one more drive check.
That's a failure.
All right, you crash into the car. Hits up. It stops.
Yeah.
You feel the color pass over you as your life is drained. And the three of you in the creek see each other. It's very still. You don't hear birds anymore. There's just the wind, a slight wind. But you can look. You get up in time to see the color lift up into space.
Now, rather than being out of space, it's in space.
Yeah, and there's a so after that, you leave. The cars work again. Agent Peng did not survive, but there are a lot of ashen corpses in the facility around. All the employees are dead. Gillette is dead. Well, he was shot, so yeah.
I did nail him in the brain pan.
Yeah, and what do you report back to Delta Green? The truth, or do you kind of
the whole truth? However, I may neglect to mention that the protein shake I had was full of mythos bullshit for whatever reason.
Oh yeah, give me a con times 1 check.
Con times 1? All right, nice. What do I get? 34. That does not make a con times.
All right,
1.
you lose 2 points of strength and 1 point of con as you go into withdrawal.
Oh, okay, that's fine. It's better than being dead.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So all three of you get a separate call later on from Stephen Alziz. He wants a favor repaid. He wants you to do some things for him. And he is willing in order to keep quiet that you had his help. You figured out what was happening and stopped them. Well, yeah, company was on brandy. Yeah, don't get high on your own supply, apparently. That's critical violations. Basically, the Color Out of Space visited the Gillette family ranch in the 90s, and Bobby Gillette begged Stephen Alziz for help, and Alziz gave him a crystal that allowed him to trap the color, and he became obsessed with it and figured out he could dilute the color and expose plants and animals to its radiation, to its energy, without killing them, and causes mutations, some of which are beneficial. They finally got the strength enhancing, get bigger, get stronger, the scientists were exposing themselves to it. They were kind of controlling it and kind of cracking open the crystal so they could get more and more energy, so that they could become energy beings. And so when the scientists died, the crystal cracked and the color got out and killed everybody. So, yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah.
That does generally seem like we had possibly the smoothest operation in Delta Green's history, minus that one little hiccup at the end there.
Yeah.
Where everything went wrong.
But that was outside of our control. We did the literal best we possibly could.
Yeah.
Do we? Wait. Important question. Do we ever go back and untie John?
I don't know. Do you? That's up to you.
I imagine we're so shaken up about everything we saw that day that we completely forgot.
I think we would do it, just if only because he could possibly be a friendly, and because everyone he might call is now dead.
True.
You do have blackmail on him.
Well, yeah, he's our boy. He can do whatever we're his third family now.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
government.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you convert him into a friendly.
He's
in
a
that,
friendly.
like he's coerced into helping you, or else.
I'm just imagining the look on his face as he's shaking up people, like the group of 4 that is now free, just looking completely freaking glazed over looks.
Well, 3. One of us is completely
dead. Yeah. Like 3. It used to be 4. Now it's free. No explanation.
But he didn't see me, so
we all look like we've seen the face of God, and then like what we saw.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, they need. In fact, you need his help to help cover up this. 15 deaths or like 12 deaths. Yeah, the other security guards weren't there because they're unreliable scumbags. Yay! So yeah, you killed him, or yeah, you have him help him cover it up. It's
Go team.
Chemical exposure or chemical leak. That killed everybody. Very shameful. These unregulated health supplements, man,
they really should. The FDA should do more. It's absolutely.
Yep.
It was an avoidable situation.
Sadly, the FDA was the only casualty in all this.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, no, that body just disappears. You poor Pang just disappears. He's never found. Officially, his car went off the cliff at somewhere on the coast, something like that. So it's unconnected. Definitely
Unconnected.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah.
My one question would be important, and I got it from Pang. Pang, did you tell us that Delta Green was preventing the FDA from doing anything about this?
Yeah, I probably would have told you that. Yeah.
Damn. All right. Well, then when Elziz comes calling, given my previous misanthropy, I'm going full sorcerer.
All right. Yeah. No, that's obviously it was all part of his plan was to entrap 3 Delta Green agents as part of his multi-decade.
Well, Procop's a good girl. She's gonna stick with the program. Also, that's the only way she can cope. She's a
this could be the Outlaws. You don't know.
She doesn't know shit, but she thinks she's working for the good guys, and that's the only way she can parse what she's experiencing.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. This is pretty bad. Coincidentally, Dead Channels has a similar theme in one of its newest episode for Insulin Impulse, but you get to listen to that from Caleb. But I came up with the idea independently. But yeah, I just thought, weird shit, happening at a company. What are you gonna do about it? And it all spread. And then I started looking at what's a mythos thing that hasn't been used in a while. Oh, hey, let's do something new with the Color Out of Space.
I will say Colors Out of Space was a surprise. I was expecting Shub Niggerith or something like that.
I mean, I don't know if you've been looking at the private chat, but I thought Niggerith or I thought it was Migo for a while. I thought the scientists were definite Migo.
Was not expecting Colors Out of Space. Full disclosure.
Sorry, what was that, Minch?
I was thinking it was gonna be like a collab between like a bunch of other weird shit doing like thing. Like I thought those scientists were like those like Yiffians or something. One Yiffian and 3 dudes or something like that.
Yeah.
It works. I mean, the point is, it works in several levels as a misdirect, which was great.
Okay, yeah. I just thought it's a color, so doing something new with it. Like, what if somebody could trap it and harness its energy because it does make things grow bigger, and so they could figure out how to dilute it. So I have this idea that people basically if you'd made your check to research the case files, you would have found out they all basically died right after they couldn't get more. It's very addictive. And withdrawal symptoms after a couple doses are fatal, and then you release a diluted color that kills and drains people, and
Jesus, that is a fucking existential threat if I've ever heard of one.
Yep. Well, the problem is it can't be existential because it's all limited by the crystal. It's only linear growth as possible. They can't. They need to create they need to be able to make new crystals, and they haven't been able to figure that out to really ramp up production. That's their existential problem, is that they can't make more crystals. It's a unique artifact from Stephen Alziz, So with a unique cosmic entity in it, so like they can't make more of it, and so they're still kind of limited. But yeah. Yeah, you can do a whole campaign of people dealing with the after effects of this shit, that diluted color mutations and shit like that. But yeah, just thought it would be kind of fucked up. If that wouldn't that be fucked up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be fucked up? The mission statement of Delta Green.
Yeah, basically, wouldn't it be fucked up if this happened?
Wouldn't it be fucked up if like a bunch of crypto guys got together and started making crack and magic super crack?
Yeah, Magic Super Rap.
Aliens
Yeah,
crack. What if aliens made crack?
What
Yeah.
if aliens made magic super crack?
yeah. So meanwhile, if you like this, be sure to check out Roleplaying Public Radio, patreon.com/RPPR, or Roleplaying Public Radio, RPPR Actual Play on your podcasting app of choice, where you get bonus scenarios and you can play in games like this. And you can gift memberships to people. So be sure to check
If you
that
don't,
out.
we'll find you.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Sure, we'll go with that.
Special shout out to Moonflower Gardens in Wyoming, by the way.
Yeah.
That's right,
Sorry,
yeah.
I made you cite for a shady kidnapping, but
They have a very nice series of flower.
I should have done a search for diners, but there are no
Listen, you know
convenient
what?
Waffle Houses nearby. But yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out. Thank you all so much for playing and for listening to this episode. We'll have more in January, and I'll be doing some RPG consulting. If you have an RPG project you want help with, or a podcasting project, I've been podcasting for years. I'd be happy to help you. So sign up for patreon.com/RPPR, and you too can check this out. So, but anyways, I'm going to get going because I'm hungry, thirsty, and yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
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 RPG. Fun.